What's going on, everybody? Let me know you're in the chats. Let me know you're here watching. We're streaming live, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Weekly live stream here. I see how the live streams are going over there. Looking good on Instagram. Looking good over on Facebook. Excellent. Well, hey, we're going to get started here. Welcome to the live stream, everybody. Your first time joining. I'm Jared with Scamware 101. We do this live stream every week to spread awareness of scams that target individuals. Individuals just like you, me, your friends, your family. So say hi in the chat. Let me know you're watching. Give us a like. Give me some reactions. How you doing, Dave? I see you over there in the chat. Let me know if you could hear me. I see Nice on there. Welcome to the live stream, Nice. Can't really be interact with everybody. I'm currently driving. Have it plugged in the aux listening. Oh, that's Johnny. Johnny updated his name to Nice Johnny. Cool. Well, good to see you. Hopefully you could hear me okay. How about you, Dave? Good to see you. Anybody else here? Let me know in the chat that you're watching. And look, we're going to try to spread awareness about some common scams that target individuals just like you, me, your friends, your family. And we're trying to do some things different this week. And we're going to actually start off this week by checking out the scam tracker map. But first, make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to follow, subscribe, invite some friends. Let's get some more people in this live stream. The more the merrier. We're going to be going for about 3 hours spreading awareness about scams. Real examples, emails, phone calls, text messages. We're even going to show you some scams that target through the Postal Service. Right? We're going to go over red flags, help you identify those scams. And lots of good info, right? Because look, all it takes is one mistake and you lose everything. Too many people are losing their life savings, too many horror stories. Too many folks losing their retirement funds. It's terrible what these scammers are doing. So we got to spread awareness and at least do our part to try and stop it, right? So invite some friends. Let's get the word out about these scams. We're going to go over so many examples tonight. We're going to warn you about all these common scams. And if you want to throw us a couple bucks, we'll gladly take that too. We got super thanks and super chats enabled over on YouTube. We got memberships enabled on YouTube. You can donate directly, scamware101.com/donate. But don't feel obligated. I know times are tough. But you can help support us in a free way by hitting that like button. You can also join our free mailing list on scamware101.com. Hit join mailing list. It's free to subscribe, and we'll send you some useful scam awareness tips. Help you keep safe. We also have our merch shop where you can purchase some Scamware 101 merch. We've got coffee mugs and some other stickers and mouse pads and water bottles. Keep your coffee warm. And with that said, we're going to jump into the scam examples, and we're going to try to switch it up this week. Try a couple new things, like we tried that intro video, but we're also going to go in reverse this week. Usually we close out the live stream by checking out the scam reports, but this week we're going to start with checking out the scam reports. You know, for those that tend to join us early and miss the end, we reverse it. So let's check out the AARP scam tracking map, which is an amazing tool as far as tracking scams goes. And we have a link to this right on our website under the tools and software page of our website, scamware101.com. It's the last link, AARP scam tracking map. Now what's cool about this map is you can see what scams are being reported throughout the country. You can narrow it down by zip code if you want, but we're going to check out the scams that are being reported throughout the country, and it looks like all these top reports here, the most recent ones, are actually all from yesterday. Excellent. So we got some really recent reports here. Cool. So we're going to go through these reports, and we're going to see what scams are trending, what scams we should talk about. Maybe we'll adjust the agenda over here about which scams we'll talk about more. But let's start off with my mother buys iTunes cards and will take pictures of them and send them to a man claiming to be named Julius Morgan. Ouch. You know what? Let's look at some more details about this. This sounds like a typical scam that they ask you to buy gift cards. Let's see if they give us any more details about what's happening in her case. She has been doing this for years. I have no idea how much money she has given this man who claims he loves her. Okay, so it's a romance scam. There you go. She has many debit cards hacked and currently has a credit card that she can't explain what she buys it on. All right. So this is a good report, good example of a romance scam. And in this case, the victim is being tricked into buying the scammer iTunes gift cards. All right. So gift cards are always a red flag. We know scammers love to be paid in gift cards. And we'll talk about that more later on in the live stream as we talk about red flags. Let's take a look at the next report here. This person, sometimes they give details, sometimes they don't. Let's see. Let's see what this one says. I'm on a do not call list. By the way, do not call lists don't matter when it comes to scammers. They just ignore them anyway. Getting calls, claim to be CVS, take advantage of government shutdown, not one but many calls, personal cell. All right, it doesn't really give any more details about it though. All right, let's check out the next report. By the way, I want to hear what scams you're being targeted with, what you're seeing. Robocall stating spectrum. Here we go. We're actually going to go over this scam a little later. I have an example of this robocall that I'm going to play for you. So this report says robocall stating Spectrum 50% discount would be removed if call not returned. I do not have a Spectrum account. Yeah. So this is another gift card scam. What's happening is they're trying to trick the victim into calling up. They think they're talking to Spectrum or their cable provider. And they're going to be told that there's going to be a special discount they pay with gift cards. And that's how this scam works. I actually have an example of this call that I'm going to play later on in the live stream for you. In my example, they impersonate Comcast. But this is an interesting report because this confirms that there's a Spectrum version going around as well. Which, that's usually the case. When they're impersonating one, they're impersonating another. Right? So, watch out for this scam. This is very active, and we'll be playing it a little bit more later. If you get some random call claiming to be your internet provider saying your discount's going to expire. All right, there's a bank impersonation scam. Let's see if she gives any more details about this one. We're definitely talking about those in a little bit. A phone call stating they were informing me of a fraudulent charge on my bank card. They had the correct bank I use from a different state, but I never listed my home phone there. Well, there's a couple things. Even though this report doesn't go into too much details, it does show us that scammers know things about us. Right? We got to keep that in mind. They know things about us from breaching third parties and data that they've stolen from services we've used. Right, so they have all this information about us, and they'll use it to try and scam us. When they call up, they know what bank to impersonate because a lot of times they know what bank you use, right? So that's worth mentioning. And even though the report wasn't that detailed, it still helps. Let's see what else is being reported here. So far, all standard stuff, right? We got the bank impersonation scam, we got the gift card and romance scams. There's another romance scam. Wants money for medicine, calls himself Frank, uses email address and Telegram. So what's interesting about that, they say wants money for medicine. And that's a good example of how these romance scammers, a lot of times what they'll do is they'll make up these emergencies or just health issues that they need money for, right? And that's all part of the scam where they try to get the person, that's into them to send money for health. Debt-related scam. I'm getting notices or text messages about my AT&T account that my bill has not been paid. And I'm going to lose. Let's see what other details it gives. But this sounds like a standard phishing email so far. But let's see. Bill's not been paid. I'm going to lose my service in the next hour. I spoke to AT&T and they have received my checks. My account is not being shut down. I'm late with payments. They're trying to get me to pay using a credit card so they can steal my account number. They texted me more than 25 times. Yeah. Okay, so watch out for text messages claiming to be AT&T or your provider, right? This guy did the right thing by calling the provider directly up, right? He looked up the real phone number of AT&T, called them up and confirmed that it was a scam. So that was good. That guy did what you're supposed to do. It was what you need to do with when it comes to all scams, right? You need to hang up and verify. If you think there's any chance it's real, then hang up and verify. Identity theft. They hijacked my Facebook account. Facebook is doing nothing about it. Oh, great. I shouldn't have said that. Now Facebook's going to kill my live stream. Like, oh, he's talking trash. Kill his live stream again. Let's see some more details about what this report says. I see Katie. Hey, Katie, welcome to the live stream. Good to see you. We'll switch it up a little bit. We're doing the scam tracking map first. Yeah, I did get your email. I looked at it a little bit. I didn't spend too much time into it, but I did get it and look into it a little bit. It's interesting. So the next scam here is talking about Facebook. It says his account was stolen. They're taking money from people, selling stuff that think it's me, identity theft. How can we stop this? Wow. All right. So if somebody hijacked his account and is selling stuff online as him, and Facebook's not doing anything about it. Unfortunately, I think that's all too common when it comes to Facebook and social media, especially now. They don't seem to care. It's interesting because back in the day, I don't know, a few years ago, you would be able to report a fake profile that maybe stole your pictures, and they would act pretty quick. Within a couple hours, the fake profile will be taken offline. But now, recently, they don't seem to really care that much. There's been a fake profile going around that I reported, multiple people reported, and Facebook still hasn't done anything about it. So definitely watch out for that. That brings on a larger point about Facebook in general. Fake profiles, celebrity impersonation, scams on Facebook. There's so many. You have to be really careful on social media, especially about talking to strangers, right? Don't talk to strangers. Rule still applies. Let's see what other reports we got here. And now we're to the 3rd. So these reports are from 2 days ago. Still pretty recent, right? The Boston Boots advertising. I'm not going to look at that one. The caller knew that my brother was being transferred to another jail. Oh, this is interesting. So I've read about this one, but now it's interesting seeing a report about it. So these scammers, if you have a family member that's in jail, these scammers, they find out and they target you with these fake narratives that involve your family member. So in this guy's case, he says, a caller knew that my brother was being transferred to another jail. Pretending to be the police department, they would release him with an ankle monitor, which needed a deposit, plus there were standing court fees. I believed all of it, did deposit cash to Bitcoin ATM. Once I had my cash, they said he would be released in 20 minutes. I showed up, then realized it was a scam. Yeah, that's terrible. So just to clarify what happened there, is these scammers, they find relatives of people that are in jail, right? They call up the relatives and they make up the story saying, oh, your brother or your sister or whoever who's been arrested could be released, but you have to pay for the ankle monitor. If you pay for the ankle monitor, then we'll be able to release them. So it tricks the family members into thinking, oh, I just got to get an ankle monitor for my brother and I get him out of jail, right? But they're actually paying a scammer, and that's what this guy's reporting. So he got targeted with that. There's a few different kinds of scams that target inmates' families. And it's interesting because they knew that his brother was being transferred. So that makes me think, it's probably other inmates, right? They're communicating with outside. They find out who's getting transferred. They let their people know on the outside, and then they do their scam. Let's keep going here. Check out the next page. And we're going to do about 10 more minutes of checking out these scam reports. Now we're going to jump into some of the common scam examples that we go over every week to warn you about. Health-related scam. I have blocked their number. They leave a voicemail with a robot about Medicare. Let's see what else they said and more details about this, because Medicare scams are a problem. We're going to talk about those too. So far, pretty much all these scams are being mentioned. Well, most of them we are talking about. They say they're with Medicare or Medicaid. I shouldn't get any more details, but I'll give you more details when we go over that scam in a little bit. You need to be suspicious of any callers claim to be with insurance or Medicare or Medicaid. It's a big scam right now, especially talking to older folks out there. Received a call from 315. Good afternoon. This is a message with our address. My name is, let's see. What's this one? By the way, if you just joined, welcome to the live stream. Say hi in the chat. Give us a like. We're trying to spread awareness about scams that target everybody. You and me, your friends, family. Important to be aware of these scams. So let me know you're watching. Let's invite some more people over to this live stream. Get some more folks in here. Spread awareness about these scams. Hit that thumbs up button. Let's get some more people in here. We'll be going for the next couple hours. So lots of good info coming up for you. All right, so I don't know what this scam's saying. Some kind of recording about somebody trying to get a hold of them. I'm going to skip over that one. Business imposter scam. This number keeps calling every week. I've blocked them. Let's see what they say. Not really good report. Said that they hang up. He answers and they hang up. Which, that's a scam in itself. They could be just testing. Sometimes, you hear that sometimes they're recording your voice when you answer. But really, at the very least, what they're doing is they're seeing if it's an active phone number. Someone actually answers the phone. And they know to target it. See what this next report says. Scammer claiming to be with Will Wheaton. love bombed, got a month, then requested to meet, but had to pay management fee. So was this Will Wheaton a celebrity? Oh, let's see here. Scammer claiming to be Will Wheaton love bombed me, got a month, then requested to meet, but had to pay management fee. I was skeptical, but my heart fell for it, and I paid $2,700. Now he hasn't responded since. Who's Will Wheaton? Anybody know who Will Wheaton is? Do a quick Google search. Yeah, it's another romance scam. These romance scammers are making out here so far the past couple days. And by the way, she paid crypto, which is always a red flag too. So other scams and fraud. I was contacted by a man named James. He says from elderly workers from Walmart. Oh, this looks interesting. Doesn't get any more details. Okay. Hey, Katie, I see you asking the questions about that scam. I really don't know. I mean, your best option maybe Google a little bit about it, see if anybody else reported a similar scam. I haven't seen that one before. It is interesting. But yeah, I mean, I don't know where it's coming from or business imposter scam. All right, here we go. There's a fake order scam to be aware of. Let's look at this one real quick. So Katie, what I can say though is what it might be an example of is those consumer survey scams or consumer I'm forgetting the name off the top of my head, where you fill out like a survey or they they say they're going to pay you to come in and ask you questions or whatever. It's like those consumer surveys. I forget what it's called. It'll come to me in a little bit, but that is a common scam. Focus groups. There we go. Those like focus group type scams. That's what the term I'm looking for. So that's what it seems similar to me. Was like it seems similar if it is a scam, which you're right to suspect it could be because focus group scams are a thing. They are pretty common. So that's what it did remind me of. But other than that, I mean, I can't tell you where it came from or how they actually did it. Yeah, this report doesn't give much about this one. Apple iTunes. I'm gonna assume this is a gift card scam if they mention Apple iTunes. So be aware of that one. Let's see what other scams we got reported here. Okay, here's a fake order scam worth mentioning. It looks like. Hopefully they give a little details. Not too many, but a call listed as a telemarketer and asked if I just used my debit card for two purchases. I asked, why is this coming up as a telemarketer call? Who are you? They hang up. Well, that scammer gave up easy, but lucky for the potential victim, they gave up. But look, the scammer calls up, and it looks like they were going to attempt a fake order scam to say, hey, your debit card was used. It wasn't you. Oh, somebody's got your identity. We need to move your money, and they'll go into the whole scam. So it's basically like a fake order scam. They call you over the phone and claim there was a purchase or an order under your account. We're going to talk about those more details, play some recordings this evening. In about 5 minutes, we're actually going to jump into the scam examples. We're just warming up, going through the scam reports on the AARP website here. Say hi to the chat if you just joined and let me know you're watching. Supposed call from my bank's fraud department reported a charge to my card from a remote area. Wanted to cancel. Okay, so let's see more details here. But this is another example of they call up and they'll impersonate your bank and say there's been charges to your card or suspicious activity. Interesting. So this person reports that they impersonated the bank. They called her. They said there was a charge to their card and they wanted to cancel her card and they wanted her to open another banking account. So that's an interesting scam. I wonder if the scam was to try to get her to open a banking account. That's interesting. We know that these scammers do open, fraudulent bank accounts and use fraudulent bank accounts. But that's interesting how it sounds like they tried to trick this person into opening another bank account. They say your money's not safe. There's suspicious activity under your current bank account, so we need you to open another one because your current one's not secure. That's pretty clever. Don't fall for it. Let's check out the next report here. Next page is probably last few reports we'll check, and then we're going to jump into some scam examples. Here's a good warning. So this person says travel-related scam, but in her case, it sounds like she actually dialed the wrong phone number. So she said she looked up Air France's customer service number, and this was listed in the comments. They asked for my username and password. So what happened was, and this is what we have to be careful about, we're seeing this more and more, is these scammers, they put up fake websites. So when you go to look up the phone number of someplace, in her case, she went to look up Air France's phone number, she gets taken to a fake website with a fake phone number. She ends up calling scammers. Right? And we're seeing this more and more now, these fake websites that are tricking victims and calling fake numbers. So, we always advise make sure to look up the legit contact info before calling back. So I feel bad for these victims because they think they're looking up the legit contact info. They're putting in that extra effort, but they don't realize they're being taken to a fake website and they're still getting fake info that calls a scammer. Right? So you have to be really careful about looking up a phone number and that you're calling the real phone number. In her case, it was Air France. Let's see the next report here. Tech support scams. We're going to talk about that one a little bit. My debit card compromised personal info, stole all my funds, retirement check, paycheck, money, net. Ooh, let's see what other details this one gives. Not many more. But it sounds like you lost a lot. Oh, let's check out the next one. Tech support, scams, and fraud. Oh, actually, no. Let me check this one first. Health-related scam. Callers from iCare asked if I could confirm that I have Medicare Parts A and B. If I replied yes, I was transferred. Let's see what this does. Okay, so this person says the callers asked if I could confirm that I have Medicare Parts A and B. Okay, so this person gets a call, asks him to confirm if he has Medicare Parts A and B. If he replies yes, he gets transferred to a human regarding Medicare benefits. So this is a version of these scams, these Medicare scams that we hear. And the narrative is they say there's changes or updates to your Medicare benefits, right? But then once you get transferred over, they try to ask you for more details and get your Medicare number and start date and birth date and things like that. Don't fall for this scam. Anybody calling you up claiming to be Medicare, hang up. If you're concerned it's real, reach out to Medicare directly, but don't trust incoming calls claiming to be Medicare. Let's look at this last scam report here, and then we're going to jump into some examples. Tech support, scams, and fraud. I bought a new computer and I was opening up Facebook. I got a Microsoft error saying I had done a Facebook violation. I called the number but not give any information. Oh, okay. So that's an interesting version of a tech support scam. We're going to show you a bunch of examples of these fake virus alerts, these fake pop-ups, and they trick you into calling a tech support number that's not real. You call a tech support number, you think you're talking to tech support, you're actually talking to scammers, right? And in this case, he got a pop-up that claimed there was an issue with Facebook or Microsoft. They tried calling the number, but it was scammers. And that's a classic tech support scam. We're going to talk about those in a little bit. I'm going to show you a bunch of examples of those scams. So there we go. There's some recent reports coming in from the past 2 days on the AARP scam tracking map. And you know what? I mean, they're all mostly the scams that we're going to be covering this evening. A lot of scams we'll be covering this evening. So good stuff. How are you all doing out there? Let me know you're watching. Hit that like button. Say hi in the chat. We're streaming live on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. We do this every week to spread awareness about common scams that target individuals like you, me, your friends, your family, right? Because we're being targeted from all directions by these scammers. They want to take everything you have. So awareness is key, right? Unfortunately, a lot of these victims, they never recover their funds. Once it's transferred and gone, it's gone forever. So awareness is key to preventing it. Spotting these scammers and stopping them before you lose any money to them. Right? So spread the word. We're still be going for a while here. We're just getting started. We go for at least 3 hours every Thursday, so we're only 30 minutes in. We got a long ways to go here. Lots of useful scam awareness information still coming up. And we're about ready to jump into some examples for you here in a minute. But first, for those who are just joining, welcome to the live stream. I'm Jared with Scamware 101. Make sure to follow us on your favorite social media platforms. We're on YouTube, Blue Sky, X, Facebook, Threads, Instagram. Join our free mailing list, scamaware101.com. We'll send you reminders when we're going live, updates when we post new scam awareness details and information. It's free to join. Scamaware101.com, hit join mailing list. And look, we do this live stream. We have the agenda here, but we don't need to stick to it. These live streams, you know, we could shift them around. I want to hear from you. If you want to hear about certain scams or want to share a story in the comments, let me know, and we'll see. All right, but in the meantime, we're going to jump into some scam examples in a minute here. And I just want to take a moment to remind you, follow us on social media. Hit that like button, follow, subscribe. It really does help. Let's get some more people in here. As we go through these scams, let me know if you've been targeted with these scams, or if you've know somebody that's been targeted or fell for these scams. And the first scam we're going to go over this evening, and we're going to share some examples of, is going to be road toll scams. So these road toll scams, let me know if you got any of these text messages claiming to be from DMV or Easy Pass, DOT, SunPass, right? So these text messages go out and they impersonate these road toll services. They claim that unpaid road tolls do. And we see these pick up a lot during the holidays, but they really do circulate all year around. I'm actually surprised we didn't see any reports of them in the AARP scam tracker the past 2 days. That was interesting because usually reports of these are all over those that tracker map. But these unpaid road tolls scams, here's what they might look like. You get a text message, final reminder, toll payment deadline approaching. Your outstanding toll fee is due by March 28th. Failure to pay may result in suspension of vehicle registration, financial penalties, damage to your credit score. And that's the thing you'll notice about these scammers. They use threats and scary situations to try and get you to react without thinking, right? You know, someone might see this text message and think, vehicle suspension, financial penalties, credit score, I better click this link and take care of this right away, right? They don't stop to think, wait a minute, this could be a scam, because they get scared. And we see that a lot in these scam text messages. Here's another example of these unpaid road toll, and you could tell it came from a 6-3 country code. So that's the Philippines country code outside the U.S. But this says, toll roads, notice of toll evasion. You have an unpaid toll bill on your account. To avoid late fees, pay within 12 hours or the late fees will be increased. And then it's got this little note at the end too, which is worth recognizing here, because this is a red flag when it has a little note that says, please reply yes, then exit and reopen a text message. When you see that note at the bottom, be suspicious. It's a red flag. But there's so many variations of these unpaid text message scams. Unpaid road toll scams. There's another one. Pay your fast track lane tolls by January 4th. To avoid a fine and keep your license, you can pay at, and it's got the link to the fake website. But if you click that link, get taken a fake website, it's going to steal all your personal details. Any payment details you enter, they're going to get stolen. Right, so there's so many versions of this. Here's one that impersonates Easy Drive, Massachusetts. And there's different versions of this one too, where it'll just come with a file attached. Here's one, it just comes with a PDF file attached. But if you open it, which you should never do, never open attachments that you weren't expecting. Right, you open it, and here's a letter claiming there's a toll violation with a link to pay now. But if you click it, it takes you to a fake website. It's a scam. You'll steal any details you enter, any payment details. So don't fall for it. These are unpaid road toll scams. And the thing about this unpaid road toll scam is it kind of evolved. It evolved into this other scam. So I'm just trying to find a slide here. It evolved into these outstanding traffic ticket scams where it's similar. You get a text message, but instead of claiming you have an unpaid road toll, it claims you have an unpaid traffic ticket. You have an outstanding traffic ticket, though. And again, this example, you can see 6-3 country code. So you got the Philippines again here. And this one impersonates Illinois Department of Motor Vehicles, DMV. Our records show you have an outstanding traffic ticket. And then it goes into all the scary things that are going to happen if you don't pay. Right? You get reported to the DMV. They're going to suspend your vehicle registration, driving privileges, toll booth service fee of 35%. You might be prosecuted, right? Scary stuff. So the idea is just to scare someone into reacting and, oh my God, I better click this link and pay it, right? Without thinking. There's another version floating around. This one, New Jersey. And this one came from a, was it 5 country code? I remember last week you looked this one up, Dave. I forget which country that was, though. Do you remember which country this? I think this was the one you looked up, right? Was it 558? But final notice, unpaid traffic violation. Payment required, January 19th, 2026. This is a very recent example. Right, this one was just a couple weeks old. A few weeks old it came in. There's a final notice for an unpaid traffic violation under New Jersey law. Failure to pay by the deadline will trigger enforcement actions. And this also has the same scary stuff that will happen listed here. Driver's license suspended. Debt collection agency. All scary things that could happen, right? So you get these tickets or these text messages claiming you have these tickets or unpaid road tolls. Don't fall for them. It's a very common scam. Let me know in the chat and the comments if you've been targeted by this type of scam before. Next scam we're going to talk about here, undeliverable package scams. This one's extremely common all year round, but it also picks up during the holidays. So it's even more important to be aware during the holidays about this one. But these undeliverable package scams, victims receive fake notifications about an undeliverable package and are asked to click a link to resolve. The link opens a fake website impersonating UPS, FedEx, or USPS. Any personal or financial details provided by the victim are stolen by scammers. There never was a package, right? And I'm going to show you some examples of this scam where they impersonate UPS and USPS. But something to keep in mind regarding this type of scam is that these delivery services, they do not send out text messages like these, right? So if you get some random text message about a package that supposedly is undeliverable, whether it's FedEx, UPS, USPS, it's a scam. They don't send out text messages like that, right? So for example, you get a text message like this. UPS ground, reschedule your shipment delivery. We attempted to deliver UPS package on June 23rd. Notice the grammar mistake there. It's always a red flag. But we're unable to contact you, and the delivery could not be completed. Your package needs to be signed for in person, so please reschedule by doing the following. And it's got the link to click. But it's going to take you to a fake website to try to steal your details. There is no package. There's another example. And this one is a group text message that the scammer creates. And I guess they do that to try and appear more believable. All right, but this says, since the package does not have a house number, the package transportation is interrupted. Please update. Ah, Brazil. That's right. Thanks, Dave. Right, that other text message example we were showing you before with the five country code, that was Brazil. It's an example of these undeliverable package scam. It's got the attachment. Right? It goes back to never open attachments that you weren't expecting. In this case, it's an HTML attachment, which those can be pretty dangerous. They install malware on your device or computer, a virus on your computer. No good. Right? But this looks official, right? It's got the logo and everything, but don't trust it. You know, the key to this one is recognizing that UPS, FedEx, USPS, they do not send text messages like these. So if you receive them, you know that they're a scam. Also, be aware of the email version of this scam as well, because there is an email version to be aware of. Oh, wow. Katie says she said she was sent a text which was the advanced road toll scam this week, claiming to be from Oregon DMV, saying I had unpaid parking tickets. I knew it was a scam because I didn't drive. Yeah, I would love to get a screenshot of that text as an example. I don't have any from Oregon yet, especially ones that say unpaid parking tickets. So that'd be if you could take a screenshot, that'd be awesome. But still, that's a good one to warn everybody about. Right, be aware of these text messages. Anybody claiming to be from DMV, and these scams are in every state. Every state. Thank you for that, Katie. I appreciate it. So watch out for these undeliverable package scams. And next scam I'm going to show you some examples of are these fake retail website scams. So these fake retail website scams, this is when scammers create fake websites to sell products that are never delivered. Victims are lured in by unbeatable deals and lose money once they pay. These scams often target holiday shoppers or those seeking trending items. Look, these do pop up more during the holidays, but they go around all year long too, right? There's tons of fake websites out there. These scammers that it's so easy for them to put up these fake websites. They have, one gets taken down, they have another ready to go. It's no big deal for these scammers to do that, right? So they put up fake websites, and some examples I'm going to share with you here. These are real examples from a year or two ago, during the holiday season. It's got the Black Friday banner up top here. In this case, they're offering you a free pair of wireless headphones. Just pay shipping, which is a common scam narrative for these fake retail websites. They offer these amazing prices on products, and they say just pay for shipping, right? So in this case, they're saying it's worth $175, and they're saying you only pay $8.95. But yeah, it's a scam. Here's another example from the same scams. Got the same banner up top. Except it's ordering a portable heater. Just pay shipping, $8.69. Again, they're saying it's valued at $175. Don't trust it. Right, and here's another one. And this one, they're offering the wireless earbuds, which is a hot item, right? A popular item. Just pay shipping, valued at $175. Just pay $8.69. What's a scam? Any info you enter is going to get stolen. Right? And there's quite a few ways you could end up on these fake retail websites, right? One of the ways is you could end up on an email, right? And in the case of these, that's how I ended up on these websites. I got these fake emails, claiming to offer these free products. Which that's one way you can end up on these fake websites. You get the emails offering the amazing deals, and you click on it, and you end up on these websites that steal your info. Right? Another way is ads on social media or search engines, but social media, right? On Facebook. Don't disconnect with Facebook. But yeah, scammers can purchase ads just like anybody else on social media. There's so many scam ads floating around on social media. You click on them, you get taken these fake websites, they steal your details, right? So just because it's an ad doesn't mean you can trust it. And the same thing goes for not social media, search engine results, right? On Google, you search for something on Google, maybe even searching for one of these items, right? Scammers purchase their listings on search engines just like anybody else, right? So they may purchase a listing for these wireless earbuds. They show up first. You're searching for them, and boom, you end up on that website. So you could end up on these fake retail websites in many different ways. So it's important to make sure the website you're ordering from is a legit website. Check out the reviews. Hopefully someone that's purchased from there before. But don't fall for these fake retail website scams and too good to be true offers, right? If they're too good to be true, it probably is. So be aware. Now we're going to talk about tech support scams. I was mentioning those a minute ago, huh? Streaming live on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. If you're watching, say in the comments, let me know you're there. I'll do my best to reply. I'm pretty much monitoring the YouTube chat the most. Katie's asking, have you considered having members co-host with you to talk about scams they are being targeted? I would happily do a video. I don't know about like co-hosting live, but I'd happily do like a video or a segment, something like that. Sure. Not even just members, just anybody. The more scam examples I could get or experiences I get from people and just to share, get the word out, for sure. So these tech support scams, we saw a couple reports of these on the AARP scam tracker map. And look, this scam's been around for so long, years and years. These fake virus alerts pop up. They tell you you're infected with the virus and they call a tech support number. But if you call that number, it's actually a scammer. And unfortunately, a lot of the older folks are the ones that are falling for this one. So make sure older folks in your life are aware of this one. But let me share some examples with you here. And what's especially dangerous about this type of scam, these fake pop-ups, fake virus alerts, every device is pretty much vulnerable to these. If you're browsing the internet, whether it's your iPhone, your desktop computer, your Samsung Galaxy phone, it doesn't matter. If you're browsing the internet, you could get one of these fake pop-ups that says you're infected with a virus. And the first example that we share with you here, it impersonates McAfee. Right? There's the logo, the color scheme, it's got it all looking pretty legit there, but this is fake. It's a fake virus alert. It impersonates McAfee. It tries to trick you into calling a fake McAfee helpline. And how you know this is fake is because it has a number to call. A real virus alert won't have a number to call, right? That's one of the big giveaways, is that if it has a phone number to call, it's not a real virus alert. All right, so there's another one, impersonates Norton by Symantec. Threats detected. System critically infected, right? Toll-free helpline, but it's not. If you call that number, it connects to a scammer. There's another one, impersonates Windows Defender by Microsoft. It's got the Windows logo, the Microsoft logo. Contact Windows support. Then it's got a fake number to call. If you call it, you get scammed. So you can see they don't care. They use the logos and everything. So I can see how somebody could fall for this. Yeah, sure, Katie, send me an email. I'm always interested in new ideas. Could show you a couple more examples here. These tech support scams. I mentioned they could target your iPhone device, Windows device, right? So here are some that target Mac users and Apple users. Your Mac computer has 13 infections. Please call tech support as soon as possible. And then here's an example of how to use a scary situation too. They put all the data at risk, your credit card, your email password, your Facebook, Skype, private photos, webcam, right? All scary stuff. So it tells you to call his tech support number as soon as possible. But if you call it, you end up talking to the scammer, right? When it comes to this type of scam, I always recommend to people, you should already have in mind where if you think you got a computer virus or something wrong with your computer or your phone, you should already have in mind someone that you're going to call for help. This way, even if you get one of these fake alerts, you're not even tempted to call the number. Instead, you just call your person, right? Call your computer person. There's another example, targets Mac users. Mac OS infected with spyware and other malicious applications. I call Apple Helpline, but that's not the Apple Helpline. It's a big number connected to a scammer. So, tech support scams. Don't fall for them. They're a big problem. We have another similar example of tech support scam to show you. It works very similar. It's a fake pop-up, a fake virus alert. And it works in a similar way here, except this fake virus alert, they try to trick you into downloading an app. Right? So it says, your system is heavily damaged by 2 viruses. Tap the button and install the app for free. Fix your browser now. Right? But it's all a scam. They're trying to get you to download malicious software on your device. And in this example, this was a pop-up on an Android device, on a phone. So it just goes to show how, the other examples were on various computers, MacBooks and Windows computers, but here's examples on, this one's on an Android phone. And when I looked into this scam, when I Googled it and looked into it a little bit more, I found people reporting the same pop-up from years ago on their iPhone. So this fake virus alert, this fake pop-up has been circulating for years. It targets all devices, Androids, iPhones, and don't fall for it. All right, be aware. And now let's take a look at a couple recent phishing emails before we go into the next portion of scam examples here. So this is an example of a phishing email that's impersonating ChatGPT. This one was reported at the end of last year. I think in December this one was reported. But impersonates ChatGPT. It says your Plus access is about ready to be interrupted if you don't renew your subscription. Right? Because these scammers, they know. They said, oh, wow, a lot of people have ChatGPT now. Let's start sending out scam emails claiming they got to renew their subscriptions. Right? So look out for this email if you get it. Dave, you said you received the same fake pop-up on your Samsung saying to download the app. It's funny because that one, when you Google it, that same alert's been around since I think it was like 2017 or something. It's like so I mean it's been around for a while, maybe even longer. In fact, you know what? Now I gotta check. Hold on, I gotta see now. Now I gotta make sure. I want to see. I specifically saved a report or a screenshot from somebody reporting it years ago. Let's see. Here it is. Yes, this was reported back in 2019. All right. So I'm sure it's been around before that, but here's somebody with an Apple iPhone. They put word for word the same exact fake pop-up popping up, you know, tap the button, install that for free, yada, yada, yada. But they reported back in 2019. So 6 or 7 years it's been around. At least that. I'm sure it was longer. So yeah. So watch out for these fake ChatGPT emails are circulating. It's a new one. And there was recently a warning about this fake Amazon email that's circulating. It's claiming you need to update your account, and then it has this button to click, but it's going to take you to a fake website, steals all your details. So you do need to watch out for these Amazon phishing emails that are circulating too. Different variations. All right, we're running ahead of schedule here. I don't think I'm ready for a coffee break yet. I think we're going to keep on going. How are we all doing out there this evening? Who's watching? Let me know in the chat. I know Katie's here. I know Dave's here. I know John's somewhere in the background driving. Anybody else watching? I love it when we get some new faces. Over on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, say hi. Let me know you're watching. I'm not really counting the viewer count, so I have no idea how many people are on. But if you're watching and you haven't hit that like button yet, hit that like button. Help us out. And we're going to go into some red flags next. We're going to go over 10 red flags that indicate you're dealing with a scammer. And we have videos about these. As well. I'm just updating the schedule here. All right. Red flags. There's a cool infographic I generated the other day about some red flags. Maybe I'll use it for something in the future. All right. We're going to start off with some common red flags you're dealing with a scammer. And you encounter these red flags, you need to stop and reanalyze the situation. A lot of times these red flags are your last chance to spot the scam and stop it. So let's start off with red flag number one. Scammers create a sense of urgency using fear and threats, right? You heard me mention this a few times already on this live stream as we go through some of the examples, right? They try to create urgency and fear because those emotions push people to react quickly without taking time to think, right? And scammers don't want you to think. They don't want to give you time to talk to anybody and get advice. They don't want you to think. They just want you to panic and react. The more panic and pressure scammers can create, the faster a victim will hand over money and information. And that's the idea. They want you to panic. They want you to just give up and do whatever they say. Right, don't fall for it. And some examples where they do that, besides the one that we've been going over so far, grandparent scams. And we're going to talk about this one a little bit. But that's when the victim thinks a loved one needs help. They've been in an accident. They're in jail. They need immediate assistance, right? It's urgent. They're in fear for their loved one. Right? And they react quickly. Arrest warrant scams. Right? The scammers impersonate law enforcement. They claim an arrest warrant will be issued if payment isn't made. That could be a scary situation, right? So you get a call like that, the person freaks out, they get scared, I'll do whatever you say. All right, don't fall for it. And then the bank impersonation scams. The scammers impersonate a bank. They claim they're investigating fraud, right? And we saw that mentioned in some of the reports earlier. And they say the victim, they'll say the victim's funds need to be moved to be secured, right? Otherwise, a scammer is going to take them. You have to act quickly. The scammer has access to your account. Right, but it's all BS. They're just trying to scare you. All right, so they use urgency to create fear. They use threats to create fear. Use fear and threats to create urgency. Right, so like if something legit's going on, they should have no problem with you hanging up and confirming through official sources, right? Especially something that's serious and requires lots of money to be sent. Red flag number two, you're dealing with a scammer. The voicemail instructs you to call the number displayed on caller ID instead of stating a phone number. This is a big red flag. And the thing about that is that this is when your caller ID it doesn't show an actual number to call, right? And instead, the voicemail says, call back the number displayed. They're doing that because the number's going to change. It's not a legit company. The number's going to keep on changing, right? It's a scam. So if they can't leave a real phone number, instead they say call the number displayed, be suspicious. All right, don't fall for it. And you could say, if you get a call like that, you could say,
get lost, scammer.
Yeah, it's my new soundboard. I got some sounds I'm going to try to play during a live stream that see if they get annoying or not. But it's my little sound wave. This is what you say to scammers when they call you.
Get lost, scammer.
So, continuing with the red flag here. So some examples where you might get a message that says call number displayed. Really any kind of phone call, voicemail that gets left by a scammer. But these fake order notification scams, right? You get these voicemails claiming an order was placed, that you obviously didn't place. And they say to dispute it or to cancel it, call back the number displayed. Right? It's a scam. Don't do it. We're going to talk more about those fake order scams in a little bit. Utility internet cable provider impersonation scams. They call you up. They claim there's something going on. A promotional discount is expiring or something. Right? And they say call the number displayed. Right? Because if you call back that number, you're going to call a scammer, not your cable company. And then IRS and tax forgiveness scams. You got to be aware of this one right now. Tax season. You get these calls from scammers impersonating the IRS or scammers impersonating tax forgiveness services, right? And they say, call back the number displayed, but it's a big red flag. Don't fall for it. All right. Again, that's red flag number two when they leave a voicemail saying, call a number shown or call a number displayed, but they don't leave an actual number to call. Red flag number three. An unsolicited email or text message instructs you to open a file attachment.
Stop! It's a scam!
All right, so we mentioned that a few times so far. I showed you a few examples too of text messages that have these attachments. All right, you never want to open file attachments that you weren't expecting, somebody you don't know. That's cybersecurity 101, right? Never open file attachments. It can be pretty dangerous, especially when you weren't expecting them. Some examples where we see that are fake invoice scams. Right, an email or text message has a fake invoice attached that links to a malicious website. Steals your payment details. Undeliverable package scam. I actually showed you an example of that one where you get the text message, it has an undeliverable package message, but it has an attachment to open. Right, don't open that attachment. It's a scam. The unpaid road toll scams, I showed you an example of that one too, right? You got that text message about unpaid road toll, has an attachment. Don't trust it. It's a scam. Big red flag when you get an unsolicited email or text message that says open this attachment. If you get something like that, an attachment that you weren't expecting.
Stop! It's a scam!
Take a look at red flag number 4. The text message includes an instruction at the end to reply with yes and reopen the message. I showed you examples about this one earlier too, right? Be aware of that red flag. These scammers, they want you to reply yes because then they know your number's active. And at the very least, they know your number's active and they could target you with more scams. Right? It also enables links on some devices too, so it makes it easier for you to end up on the scammer's website. So the point is, never reply yes if it instructs you to reply yes. And be suspicious if you see that instruction at the end of a text message that says reply yes and reopen. I'll point that out as we go through more examples later on. But some scams, that's part of the playbook. You know, it's outstanding traffic ticket scams we talked about. You get that text message, tells you have an outstanding traffic ticket, and usually at the end of them it says reply with yes and reopen. All right. Undeliverable package scams, I think we saw that too. Right. At the end, reply with yes, reopen. It's a scam. Big red flag if you see that instruction at the end of your text message. And we see that in IRS and Department of Revenue impersonation scams too, which I'll show you in a little bit as well. But remember, the red flag is that the text message says reply yes and reopen. If you see that note at the end, be suspicious.
Stop! It's a scam!
What's about red flag number 5? The caller asked to confirm personal information like date of birth, social security number, or Medicare number. All right, need to watch out for this one. Extremely common right now, especially this time of year. In fact, we saw some reports earlier when we were looking at the scam tracker map. A couple of reports of the Medicare scammers calling. And in this case, you know, they'll call up and they might even open the conversation by saying, we have an important message for you, but we need to confirm your birth date first. If someone opens up the call like that, don't trust it. It's a scam. You know, never give out information to unsolicited caller. And we're going to go over some of these fake narratives that they use in a little bit, but just to kind of summarize it here. Scammers impersonate medical and financial government services, all to steal your personal information. They'll claim to have an important message for you, but they'll say that you need to verify some personal information first. Sometimes they'll say they need to issue a new card to you, like a social security card or Medicare card, right? But it's all part of their scam narrative to get you to answer with personal information, right? They'll say, we're sending you a new card, but we need you to verify your current one. Don't trust it. It's a scam. And again, we see that a lot for Medicare scams where they call you up and they start asking you to confirm information. We see a lot with government impersonation scams. They call you up and they ask you to confirm your social security number or your banking details. Don't trust it. If somebody calls up asking you your personal information, you know what to tell them.
Get lost, scammer.
So that's the first batch of our 5 red flags. We got 5 more we're going to talk about too. But we have a video about those red flags, so if you know somebody that should be aware of them, which is really everybody should be aware of those red flags, go check out the video on our YouTube channel and share it. And while you're there, make sure to like, follow, subscribe if you don't already. Which, by the way, if you're watching in the background here being quiet, it's all good, but take a minute and join our free mailing list. Scamaware101.com, hit join mailing list. It's free to join. We'll send you some useful scam awareness tips, some reminders about when we're going live, all good stuff. Again, it's free to join. Scamaware101.com, hit join mailing list. Make sure to follow us on all your favorite social media, YouTube, Facebook, Threads, Blue Sky, X, Instagram. We have all the links here on our website too. So visit our website and you check out all our social media pages. You check out our merch too. We got the gift shop link at the bottom of our site here, and it's also on our YouTube store as well. But we got our merch available. Help support what we're doing over here. Get myself a faster computer to stream on because everything's going so slow tonight. And they got some mugs there, some water bottles. There's stickers too. Help support the mission over here, buying some merch. And we got memberships available on YouTube too. Not offering too much with them, but we do have, at the end of the month, we don't have anything posted that you can see yet. But at the end of the month, on the 25th, we're doing a webinar And there's a VIP portion of the webinar that kicks off at 7:30 p.m. on the 25th. And you're going to see that VIP portion, we're going to be streaming it live to members. So if you're a member, you can watch it on the YouTube channel. But it's going to be members only. So that's going to be on the 25th. So you'll see the members only, upcoming live stream listed there soon. And that's already scheduled and coming up. So you'll see something listed there eventually letting you know. But that's actually going to be a monthly thing. I'm going to be doing those webinars. The plan is to do those webinars every month. And every month, members will have access to watch the VIP portion of it, which is the Q&A portion. So one of the perks of being a member. Trying to add some things to them. So you'll see an official announcement soon, a flyer I'll post to members eventually. But there's still time. It's coming up on the 25th, so it's still about 3 weeks away. Let's keep on talking about these red flags. We got 5 more we're going to talk about here. Red flag number 1. They direct you to a third-party chat app like Telegram or WhatsApp to continue the conversation.
Stop! It's a scam!
Look, scammers love using these third-party chat apps because it's much easier for them to communicate with victims in other countries and also to hide behind, more anonymity to hide behind. And plus, it's easier, who wants to sit there texting back and forth with victims all over the place when you could have them in a nice, convenient chat app. All right. And we see this a lot where they ask you to continue the conversation on a third-party chat app. Or we see it a lot in romance scams. Sometimes you'll meet the scammer on they'll have a fake dating profile. You'll start talking to them on a dating app or a website, and they'll direct you to WhatsApp to keep talking. It's a big red flag. Wrong number scams. We're going to talk about those in a little bit, but they initially start out with a random text message, and the scammer tries to get you to keep talking on an app like WhatsApp. And there's investment scams. They'll try to direct you to a fake WhatsApp group or Telegram group to pump up the investment. So, look, if you're talking to a stranger, you just met them, you don't know them, they're trying to get you to download apps, don't trust it. It's a scam. Big red flag. It's red flag number 1. Red flag number 2. They request payment in gift cards, prepaid cards, cryptocurrency, or depositing cash at a Bitcoin ATM.
Stop! It's a scam!
Look, this is the big one. This is probably from a government agency, and they're telling you to buy gift cards or crypto. All right, romance scams. Look, we saw it in the reports earlier on AARP scam tracking reports. A couple of reports of romance scams, and they're mentioned sending gift cards. I think it was iTunes gift cards, right, to their victim. And we know that that's very common. So it's a big red flag when someone you're talking to is telling you to purchase red flags, crypto. I just got to notice that my streaming software restarted. Let me know how it is, or if I dropped, or if we're okay over there still. But I'm going to keep going. I think we're okay still. But let me know if it's how it is over there. All right. So, look, that's red flag number 2. They request payment in gift cards, prepaid cards, cryptocurrency. You can't trust it. Be suspicious. Don't fall for it. Red flag number 3. They ask you to provide a code that was sent to your phone via text message.
Stop! It's a scam!
Look, there's no reason that individuals should be asking you to send a code back to them. Right. It's very suspicious they do that. We see this a lot on marketplace style websites where the scammer impersonates a buyer or seller, and they'll say that they just want to confirm your phone number is real and they're going to send you a code, right? But it's really a scam. What they're really doing is, here, we'll go into a little bit more detail here. What they're really trying to do is they're trying to either log into an account, right, that's attached to your phone already. And if you provide that code, you're going to let them into your account. So don't do it, right? They might be trying to reset one of your passwords, and you provide that code, boom. It resets the password and it lets the scammer in. So you don't want to provide a code to an individual that's claiming they need a code from you, right? But then the worst of them is Google Voice scams, right? What these scammers do is if you provide that code back to them, it lets them link your phone number to their fraudulent Google Voice account, right? And then they could use that fraudulent account for their scams. And it's linked to your phone number. It looks like it's you who's doing it, right? So if somebody tells you they want to send a code to your phone, especially if you're on a merchant buying and selling type website, right? And they're trying to send a code to your phone, don't trust it. All right, if somebody tells you you're going to do that, you know what to tell them.
Get lost, scammer.
Let's take a look at red flag number 4. cool. So Kay says it did drop, but it came up quick. All right, cool. Yeah, I don't know. I have my streamer software. I got a message and then it said it was all good. So I don't know. Red flag number 4. Thank you for letting me know. Though. Appreciate it. Red flag number 4. They asked to connect your PC to assist or investigate an issue. Look, this one goes back to those tech support scams we were talking about. When it comes to somebody accessing your device or your phone or PC, it should only be people you know and trust. Right? You should already have someone in mind where if there's an issue with your device, who you're going to call. So when you get tricked into calling a fake tech support number or somebody trying to connect your device, say, no, I got my own computer person. All right. So why would a scammer want to get onto your device? It's like a gold mine for them, right? A lot of times they could steal your logins and passwords just by having access to your device. They could steal your files, encrypt your files, hold them for ransom, blackmail you. They could access your bank accounts on your device a lot of times, or trick you into accessing them, before you realize they're a scammer. It's never good. They can install something on your device and access it later, do illegal things from your device. Right? You never want to let a scammer onto your device. And we see this a lot in the tech support scams specifically that we just talked about, right? You get the fake virus alert, and it tells you to call this fake tech support number. You call the tech support number, scammer impersonates tech support, they're going to ask to connect your device. It's a big red flag when they try to connect your device. Right, fake order scams, right? You'll get a note. We're going to talk about this one a little bit, but you get this notification about an order being placed, right? And then it says to call a number to dispute it. You call a number, and the scammer says, let me connect your device and see the notification. If it's a scam, don't trust it. And they got the fake fraudulent activity. It impersonates a government agency investigating fraud. And they'll say, let's check your other accounts. Let me access your device and you can log into your other bank accounts. We'll see if there's anything suspicious. But it's a fake narrative. Think about that. What you're actually doing is you don't realize it's a scammer, but you're logging into your bank accounts. You're showing the scammer exactly how much funds you have. So if somebody calls you up, they want to connect your device, or you call somebody and want to connect your device, be suspicious. All right? If they call you saying that they want to connect your device, you know what to tell them.
Get lost, scammer.
It's like a red flag number 5. They request that you keep the matter confidential or secret. This is a big one. And we got a few examples coming up where we're going to show you specifically where they do this. But look, scammers love to request you to keep things confidential, keep it secret. Right? It's very common for them to ask for confidentiality. They don't want you to discuss the situation with other people, because the more people you talk to, the more likely you'll be told it's a scam. Right? Makes sense. A lot of times they even keep you on the phone, so you don't have the opportunity to talk to anybody else. They'll tell you to drive to the bank, and they'll stay on the phone with you. Right? But they come up with these creative stories to convince you of why you got to stay quiet, though. And some examples of that is grandparent scams, which again, we're going to talk about that scam in a little bit. But that's the scam where they say your relative's been arrested and they're in jail and need help. Right? And they say, but they're embarrassed about the whole situation, so don't tell anybody. They request you not to tell anybody. Right? That's the request for secrecy. That's the red flag. It's a clever storyline to use to try to trick you to stay quiet. Investment scams. They'll tell you it's an inside tip, not to tell anybody, or a price is just for you. Don't share it. Right? But that's all part of their scam. They just don't want you to talk to anybody and realize it's a scam. Right? Inheritance scams. I'm going to show you an example of this in a little bit. They're inheritance scams. They mail letters impersonating law offices regarding inheritance, and a letter requests confidentiality. Right? Who are they to tell you to keep it confidential what inheritance you can? That's up to you. And then the fake fraudulent activity. Right? They call up, they impersonate an agency investigating fraud, and they'll request confidentiality. And this one, what they'll do is they'll say, since it's an active investigation, you can't tell anybody because you could risk the whole investigation. You're putting it at risk, and we'll hold you responsible for it. Right? But it's all part of their scam narrative to try to scare you into not talking to anybody. Right? So it's a big red flag of a scammer asking you for confidentiality or secrecy. All right. So that's 10 red flags. They're dealing with a scammer. Watch out for them. We have videos on them. 2 different videos. 5 red flags and 5 red flags. So check it out and share it with a loved one if you need to warn them. You guys hear my soundboard clips that I'm playing here? We got to have some fun and build out this soundboard. I only got the 2 sounds right now, but I'm thinking maybe I could add out some more. I'll think of some more cool sounds to add, and I could use these throughout the live stream.
Stop! It's a scam!
Get lost, scammer.
I don't know, having some fun. Maybe we'll come up with some more soon. All right, so now it's time for our 5-minute break. Now I put together a video for this break, but it was all choppy when I opened up with it. Well, I opened up with a different video, but still it was all choppy. So now I'm worried that this video is going to be all choppy, the coffee break video. But I'm going to try playing it another way. Maybe if I play it through maybe if I play this video through this PowerPoint instead. So we'll try that. We'll see if it's any better. Okay, bring this up like that. All right. Time for the first 5-minute break. Got to refill my coffee mug here. I'm going to try playing this video during the break. And I mean, we'll see how it is. I apologize if it gets choppy. I kind of suspect it will, so I guess we'll find out. But anyway, we'll be back in 5 minutes. We're going to keep going. And I guess we'll see how it is. Stay tuned.
Yo, it's Jared in the booth, spitting scamming with truth. They fishing in your inbox, man, they stealing your youth. Phishing emails, got that urgent in the line. Click that link and your bank account's not fine. Fake tech support, they call you at noon. Your PC's infected, yeah, they're singing that tune. Pick butchering scams, betting wallets to slice. Invest in the fake love, but you're paying the price. Scammerware 101, keep your eyes wide open. If the deal seems sweet, man, they're probably hoping.
You must go to the store and buy gift cards.
Stop! It's a scam!
My uncle works at a hedge fund and gives me insider trading tips. Download this trading app.
Stop! It's a scam!
My bank suddenly needs my password, my PIN, and my first pet's social security number.
Stop! It's a scam!
This is urgent. You can't hang up.
Get lost, scammer.
Fake tech support, they call you at noon. Your PC's infected, yeah, they're singing that tune. Pick butchering scams, betting wallets to slice. Invest in the fake love, but you're paying the price. Scammerware 101, keep your eyes wide open. If the deal seems sweet, man, they're probably hoping. Snatch your cash when you're broken to spend. Stay woke, my people, man, these crooks don't care. Wrong number text, they pretend they know you. Acting all friendly till they ask for a few. Grandparent scam, your grandson's in jail. Send the bail quick or his freedom might fail. Arrest warrant scam, police are on the line. Pay now or else they're taking your time. Fake order text, your package is delayed. You click that link, boom, your data's displayed. They'll call, they'll text, they'll lie, they'll scheme. Play on your fears, they'll sell you a dream. Be alert, my friend, don't take the bait. A second of caution could change your fate.
You must go to the store and buy gift cards.
Stop! It's a scam!
My uncle works at a hedge fund and gives me insider trading tips. Download this trading app.
Stop! It's a scam!
My My bank suddenly needs my password, my PIN, and my first pet's social security number.
Stop! It's a scam!
This is urgent. You can't hang up.
Get lost, scammer.
Answer cash that you broke in despair. Stay woke, my people, man, these crooks don't care. Wrong number text, they pretend they know you. Acting all friendly till they ask for a few. Grandparent scam, your grandson's in jail. Send a bail quick or his freedom might fail. Arrest warrant scam, police are on the line. Pay now or I'll start taking your time. Fake order text, your package is delayed. You click that link, boom, your data's displayed. They'll call, they'll text, they'll lie, they'll scheme. Play on your fears, they'll sell you a dream. Be alert, my friend, don't take the bait. A second of caution could change your fate.
You must go to the store and buy gift cards.
Stop! It's a scam!
My uncle works at a hedge fund and gives me insider trading tips. Download this trading app.
Stop! It's a scam!
My bank suddenly needs my password, my PIN, and my first pet's social security number.
Stop! It's a scam!
This is urgent. You can't hang up.
Get lost, scammer.
Fake order text, your package is delayed. You click that link, boom, your data's displayed. They'll call, they'll text, they'll lie, they'll scheme. Play on your fears, they'll sell you a dream. Be alert, my friend, don't take the bait. A second of caution could change your fate.
There we go. And we're back. All right, cool. Checking out our streams. Still going on Instagram. Still going on Facebook. Nice. If you're there, say hi. Give us a like, a follow. Everything helps. Cool. Yeah. Awesome. Getting some good feedback from the break from the coffee break video. Awesome. Thank you, Katie. Katie says I like the enhancements to this video. Awesome. Dave says it's a scam. Love it. Awesome. Very cool. Thanks. I threw it together real quick. I want to change it around. I want to put more in there. So hopefully each week I'll start getting a little bit more in there. Cool. We also got the soundboard too. We're having fun with the soundboard this evening as well. All right. I kind of grabbed some of the sounds from those videos too for the soundboard. So having some fun with that. Just trying to spice it up. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Gloria, welcome to the live stream. Always good to see you. Says, I'm late again. That's okay. Better late than never. It's all good. You know, on these live streams, we do these live streams for like at least 3 hours. People could pop in, come and go throughout the evening. You know, it's all good. Of course, if you stay the whole time, and it's even better. But people are welcome to stop in and pop in and out throughout the evening too. All right, cool. So let's see. Next batch of scams we're going to talk about. And by the way, if anybody else is just joining, welcome to the live stream. We're about ready to continue the second portion of our live stream this evening. We usually take 2 quick breaks. So we just took our first 5-minute break, and now we're proceeding with the second portion of our live stream. And we're going to go into some common scams. If it's your first time joining, I'm Jared with Scamware 101. And our mission is to spread awareness about common scams that target individuals. Just like you, me, your friends, your family, right? Because we're being targeted all day long, whether it's text messages, emails, phone calls, And the thing about these scams is these scammers want to take everything you have, right? And they will. They'll try to take everything you have, and once they get it, it's very hard to get it back, if at all, right? So awareness is key. Being able to recognize these scams is the best defense to stopping a scam. All right. So our mission here at Scamware 101 is to spread awareness about these scams. You can help us out by hitting that like button, subscribe, and follow. Obviously, that helps us get the word out, and it's a free way that you can definitely help. You can join our free mailing list too. Scamaware101.com. It's free to join. We'll send you reminders about an hour before the live stream. So Gloria, if you're not on the mailing list yet, that might help you out getting a reminder. I think you're on actually already. I might be wrong, but I think I recall you're already on the list. But for everybody else, join the free mailing list, Scamware101.com. On your favorite social media platforms too. We're on YouTube, Blue Sky X, Facebook, Threads, Instagram. So hop on over there, follow us, follow, subscribe. And we have some merch available on our YouTube channel. And also we have the gift shop and merch link on our website here at the bottom. But there's also our YouTube store where you could get our coffee mugs and coffee travel mugs and stickers and mouse pads and water bottles. All good stuff. And the idea is I'm trying to create the scamware products you keep on your desk, right? Or they make great gifts. You give it to that loved one who keeps on falling for scams or needs that reminder, right? Because you're about ready to click a malicious link, and then you notice your coffee mug says Scamware 101. You're reminded not to click that link, right? You're about to answer that phone call, and you see your mug right there, or your mouse pad right there. Anyway, or you can just get one to help support the mission. We appreciate it. But there is merch available. We also have memberships and super chats enabled as well over on YouTube. So we appreciate that too. If you want to toss us a couple bucks, we get membership. We got Katie watching tonight. She's a member, and we appreciate her membership. We really haven't offered too much to members yet. It's really just, as right now, it's just really a way to help support what we're doing over here. So we really appreciate anybody that's signed up as a member right now, because it's just all about helping us get the word out and purchase some advertising, get people to the content. But I was mentioning earlier, February 25th, we'll be making an announcement about it soon. We're doing a live webinar. We're going to be starting at 6 p.m. and it's free. The first hour and a half, we're going to cover lots of scam awareness material. It's going to be more of an instructional webinar as opposed to these live streams, which kind of get all wild and we just go whichever direction. The webinar is going to be an instructional webinar, right? We're going to start hour and a half. And we're going to go through lots of scam examples and teach you how to protect yourself. And we're not going to be taking questions until the end. So it's going to be a very straight instructional webinar for about an hour and a half. And then at about 7:30, we're going to cut over to a VIP session, right? So YouTube members will be able to watch that VIP session. And also people that upgraded the VIP. We're offering a VIP package for $20 that people could upgrade to be part of the Q&A and ask questions, right? So they'll have access to it. Obviously, they're participating in the Q&A, but YouTube members will be able to view it as well. So we're trying to get some perks out there for members. So watch out for that. On the 25th, we got a free instructional webinar coming up, and you'll be seeing it soon. We already got 20 people signed up. There's an ad running for it right now. So we already got 20 people signed up for the webinar, and it's not even coming up for another 3 weeks. So should be a good one. We'll see how it goes. It's exciting. But anyway, a little perk for members that's coming up as well. But let's get back to some scam examples here, scam awareness examples, right? And the next few examples we're going to talk about are actually government impersonation scams. And right now is the time of year, all year around, but especially this time of year, you want to be aware of these government impersonation scams, specifically Social Security, IRS, Medicare, right? They all pick up this time of year, especially with tax season here, the IRS Social Security scams. So let's talk about Social Security impersonation scams first. And we're going to start with an email example for you. But scammers impersonate Social Security officials and claim there are problems with the victim's number or benefits. They threaten action unless immediate payment or information is provided. Right? And scammers also send fake emails that appear to be from Social Security, but link to dangerous websites. And the thing with these government impersonation scams is a lot of times we're being targeted, again, from all directions: phone calls, emails, text messages, right? So we need to be aware of them and have our guard up for all methods of communication, right? Scammers use them all, right? They use them all. And these government impersonation scams is especially one of the examples where they use them all. But for the sake of this live stream, we're going to show you an email example of a Social Security impersonation scam. And this one's still circulating. The example I'm going to show you, technically, it's over a year old now. But we saw reports of this scam still circulating as recently as a week or two ago, right? So first I'm going to show you how this email scam looks on your mobile device. And it can be a little tricky to detect it as a scam on your mobile device, right? But first of all, from Department of, it doesn't show you much details on your mobile device. What you could do is you could I hate to even say this. You could hit the reply button and see what the email address shows, right? But I hate to even recommend that because you don't want to reply. You don't want them to realize that you even opened the email, right? So, but in this example, you could see what it says. It says, get your new information now. To see your statement, please download the file from this link. And it looks like it has a link to ssa.gov. It says, we hope you find your new statement useful and informative. Thank you for using Social Security Administration's services. So what's happening is this email is impersonating Social Security. They're claiming you have a new statement available. And it looks like this link is telling you to click this link to download that statement, right? And it looks like the link points to ssa.gov, but this is all a scam. This is all a scam. Now, when you look at it on a computer, you can see a little bit more about this email. All right. And right off the bat, you can see the email address now. It's actually from some email address in Kenya. It's not even from an ssa.gov email address. It says no reply at safaricom.co.ke. So it's not even an email address from the US. So that's the first red flag when you actually look at this email on a computer. The other red flag is that when you look at where the link points, even though it says ssa.gov, if you look at where it actually points, in this case, you could hover over the link. Don't click it, but if you hover over it, you see where it actually points to. And it points to some random website with letters and numbers right there. Let me zoom in for you. Right, so it doesn't really point to ssa.gov. It actually points to a completely random website. So here's this email, impersonate Social Security, trying to trick you into downloading a statement, right? Well, it's actually going to affect you with malware. You click that link, it's going to install some malware on your device or a virus on your device. Or it's going to let a scammer access your device. All right, so watch out for this scam. Again, this was reported, oh, look at that, February 6th. Oh, wow. I actually thought it was back in January, but it's February 6th. So a year as of tomorrow to the date. February 5th is today. Tomorrow's February 6th. So this was literally reported a year ago, as of tomorrow. It's still circulating. So watch out for the Social Security scam. And again, just because I'm showing you an email version, you still have to be aware. Phone calls, text messages, impersonating these agencies. The next Social Security scam that we're going to talk about, I think this one's worth mentioning. I just started recently mentioning this because I encountered it, right? Here's a fake news article right on the homepage of Google. You see right on the homepage, Google, no search or nothing, just right on the homepage. IRS confirms $2,000 direct deposit for January 2026. Check out payment details and, right. Well, this is a fake news article. I don't know how they got on the first page of Google, but they did. And it's impersonating the IRS. Right. So what happens is you click into this fake news article, and that example I showed you earlier, that example of the fake virus alert pop-up that I showed you earlier, watch what happens. There's an actual video. Right, so it's going to be quick. Let me zoom in a little bit for you here. Let's see if I can zoom in. No, it's not. Let me zoom in on the video. Damn. All right, well, whatever. It's going to be good enough. So watch how quick it is. I'm gonna hit play, and what happens is I click the link, and then you see the fake article starting to load, and then a second later, boom, a fake virus alert pops up. And it's going to be that virus alert that I showed you earlier. So let's watch how quick this video is. And again, this all happens just from, I opened up Chrome. I opened up Chrome on my Samsung Galaxy device, right? Opened up Chrome, loads Google homepage by default, and boom, there's that fake article right there. Anyway, look what happens. You click it, see how quick it goes through and pops up the fake virus alert? See, it's not a virus alert already? 2 of them. The first one, and then when I hit back, it popped up to this one. And it's all from that fake article right there. I'm going to hit it again. I'll tell you when I hit play, and you'll see how quick it happens. Here's how it is. I click the link. Boom. There's the fake virus alert. See how quick that happens? So this is the type of scam you need to watch out for. And again, I mean, this example, I love to share it because one, it's super recent. This happened to me at the beginning of the year. I think I included it on the first live stream of the year as an example. So Dave's mentioning a scam here in the chat. Interesting. Let's see. Fake product recall notices. Scammers are sending text messages and emails claiming a recent purchase is unsafe or failed a routine quality inspection, urging recipients to click a link for a full refund. Interesting. Huh. We have to see some examples of that. And I wonder how good. So fake product recall. So what's interesting is supposedly, I guess they know what products you ordered. I would love to. That's a great example of a scam, Dave. I'd love to get more details into it. Like, where do they gather that information? How do they know what products were ordered? Are they targeting people that like maybe leave reviews for things? Like, how do they get the information to target you? So that's an interesting one. I like it. Thanks for putting that in the chat, Dave. I look forward to maybe hearing about that one more soon. We'll see. So everybody watch out. Anybody watching, watch out for that one. We haven't talked about that one much at all. But fake product recall notices. Or you get text message about product recalls that have a link to click. Just like any link, be suspicious. Don't click it. Dave, I thought for a minute you were going to say that they trick you into sending them the product. It's like, hey, your laptop's been recalled. Send it to this address. John's saying he laughed when he heard us talking about his name. He didn't realize he didn't change his name back. That's funny. I would love to hear a story behind why you changed your name, John, but that's for another time. Another time, not here on the live stream. So anyway, back to that Social Security impersonation scam. So that was just kind of two examples of how, well, I guess the second one was IRS, I guess technically, but it's just an example of how these scammers, they use government impersonation to trick you, whether it's a fake news article like this one claiming that there's a IRS refund coming, right? Or a fake email claiming to be Social Security that tries to get you to click on a link, right? You got to be suspicious of those type of things. But staying on the topic of these IRS scams, especially with it being tax season, that's the next scam we're going to talk about here. Tax and IRS impersonation scams. If somebody calls you up claiming to be from the IRS or Department of Revenue, you know what to tell them.
Get lost, scammer.
So let's look at some examples. What to watch out for here. So here's a text message impersonates the IRS, Internal Revenue Service. You're eligible to receive a $1,400 economic impact payment. Please provide your accurate personal information. We will deposit the amount into your bank account or mail a paper check within 1 to 2 business days. And it's got the fake link to click. And also notice that red flag instruction at the end that we mentioned. Please reply with yes and exit text message. Right? That's always a red flag. And look how they make the link look like it points to irs.gov, but it doesn't. It continues to be a completely different website. But they include irs.gov to make it seem like it's real, even though it's not. So now remember, just because I'm showing you a text message version of this IRS scam, that doesn't mean you won't get phone calls, right? You get those phone calls from scammers too. So if somebody calls you up, right, and they claim they're from the IRS, you know what to say.
Get lost, scammer.
But these text messages, the best thing to do is to ignore them completely. You don't reply. And look, this text message example I'm showing you right now, it claims you're eligible to receive an economic impact payment. This example is actually provided by the IRS last year to warn people that this is a fake text message, right? First of all, there was no $1,400 economic impact payment, right? But if there was, the IRS would not notify you this way. They don't send out text messages like this notifying people to update their billing information, right? So the IRS said you get text messages like this, they're 100% fake. Don't trust them. It's a scam. All right. And I got another example to show you too. All right, so that's the IRS version, but they also impersonate state tax departments. Like here's one that impersonates the Colorado Department of Revenue. And there's that 6-3 country code again, Philippines. And you can see this example says October 22nd, 2025, right? So this is only a few months old. Your refund request has been processed and approved. Please provide accurate payment information by October 22nd. We will deposit the funds in your bank account. Right? So it's interesting what they're doing here. Instead of calling you up and claiming there's a problem, which you'll still see and will still happen, right? This narrative says, oh, we're going to send you money, but you have to click here to confirm. Well, any information provided is going to get stolen. So, so if you get a text message like this, claiming that's from the Colorado Department of Revenue or your state, like I have another example here, which is from New Jersey. New Jersey Department of Taxation, 6G country code again from the Philippines. There we go. Your refund request has been processed and approved. Please provide accurate information by September 16th, 2025. So this is pretty recent too, past few months. So these tax scammers and IRS scammers, they already been picking up their operations since the end of last year. So be aware that these are definitely circulating now with tax season. And if you get any text messages like these, trying to trick you into clicking a link to confirm deposit information or bank information.
Stop! It's a scam!
You know how it is. It's a scam. Don't fall for it. And another scam to watch out for here during tax season is tax forgiveness scams. So these tax forgiveness scams, they impersonate these tax forgiveness services, saying they'll use fear, right, and threats. They'll say you owe back taxes, and you might be entitled to tax forgiveness, or you are entitled to tax forgiveness. And they'll say call back this number, call back number shown, call back number displayed, right? But they try to scare you into thinking you owe taxes. And I was telling a buddy of mine last year about this. Shout out to Manny the barber out there if you're watching. We were talking about this one last year, and he got one of these tax forgiveness scam phone calls that say you owe back taxes, right? And so he gets that phone call, and it happens to be right after he filed taxes because it's during tax season. They're targeting people during tax season. So he gets this phone call right after he files his taxes. And the first thing that came to his mind was, I must have done something wrong. If I must have filed something wrong. I'm owed taxes, right? But then he realized, wait a minute, this is a scam. He didn't call back or nothing. But that's the thought that would go through your head initially, right? You get a call like this during tax season, right after you happen to file your taxes. You're more likely to think, oh, I must have screwed something up. Let me call this number back, right? And these scammers know that. That's why they target people this time of year. So I'm going to play you some versions of these tax forgiveness scam phone calls that you might encounter. The first one, let me just find the right thing here. I'll do this one before I think. All right, here we go. Let me know if it's loud enough. I hope it's just loud enough for you.
Hi, this is Lindsay Carter from the Activation Department. Give me a call back at 833-850-2527. Our records indicate you have some back taxes owed. You're now eligible to apply for them to be forgiven with the Zero Tax Balance Program. Any back owed taxes can be enrolled to be forgiven through this program. But we do need to sign up this week. Just give me a call so we can start the process. It's really quick, and I'll keep your file open here. So my number is 833-850-2527. If you've already resolved this, call back and press 2 to be removed. Can't wait to speak with you.
Yes, that's a tax forgiveness scam phone call. And by the way, that AI is very good. But notice how they make it sound like your file's on my desk, right? So you have to be suspicious about phone calls like that, even though it sounds very realistic. That was just a phone call recording. They don't know if you owe back taxes or not. They're just playing this recording for hundreds of thousands of people that answer, and they know it's a numbers game. Some people are going to be scared by it and call back. All right. So if you think you're entitled to some kind of tax forgiveness, reach out to an actual accountant. Don't trust these random phone calls that come in. It's a very common scam. Hey, John, I'm going to test out the volume here. So you said that, was that phone call I just played, did that come in at 150% too? Is it like whenever I play something? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my microphone up a little bit more. Let me know if that helps match it. So I just turned it up a little bit more, but maybe that's too much. So if that's too much, let me know. Because when I look at it, yeah, it doesn't go to red. So I think it's okay still. Actually, let me put it up to max. Now it's all the way to max. I don't know. Is that too much? Does that sound like distorted, people? Is that too bad? Let me know if I need to turn the mic down a little bit. Just the mic itself. But anyway, we're going to keep on going here. So watch out for these tax forgiveness scams, especially now during tax season. All right, so I have the mic turned up all the way now, so I don't know if it's going to make a difference or not, but and let me know if it's too much, though. I guess it's okay. I guess we'll see. The next one we're going to talk about, Medicare scams. I'm including this under government impersonation. In fact, I got a slide I want to share about this one with you. I don't know. I had the mic almost turned up all the way, so we'll see. We'll see if anybody else says anything. Anybody else have any input about the mic volume? I just turned the mic up a little bit more. And by the way, let's see how we're doing before we jump into Medicare scams. We'll see how we're doing on Instagram, Facebook. We're still streaming live, still strong. Cool. All right. Anybody watching on there, say hi. Let us know you're watching. Hit that thumbs up button. Give us a like, a heart, whatever they call it. Give us some reactions. Always appreciate that. Let's talk about Medicare scams. This is when scammers impersonate your health provider or Medicare to steal your private Medicare number. The scammers then process fake claims using your identity. Never give your Medicare number to a stranger over the phone, even if they claim to be your doctor. Hang up and call your doctor directly. Look, I want to talk about this scam a little bit more because this is for the older folks out there, and they should definitely be aware of this one too because it's a big problem. So, and this is one of those examples where a lot of times these scammers, they start the phone call by asking you a question. They'll start the phone call with saying, hey, we have an important notice for you, but you need to confirm your birth date, right? Or you need to confirm your Medicare number, right? They'll impersonate pharmacies like CVS or Walgreens, right? They'll impersonate Medicare, insurance providers, they impersonate doctor's office and physicians. Oh, and something we haven't mentioned yet, which is super important, is caller ID could be manipulated by scammers, right? So if you didn't know that, caller ID could be manipulated by scammers, meaning when they call you, they'll show your doctor's phone number. They'll show CVS's name on the caller ID, right? They know your doctors. They know who your doctors are. So the caller ID shows your doctor's phone number, even though it's not your doctor. You got to hang up and then call your doctor back directly if you think it's legit, right? But you just can't trust what the caller ID says. Very important. We know they do it for banks. When they impersonate the bank, they show the bank's name on caller ID. Even when they impersonate law enforcement, they show law enforcement's name and number on caller ID. So important to be aware of that. Caller ID cannot be trusted, right? But back to these Medicare and healthcare scams, a lot of these common narratives, they'll say they're offering free medical supplies, right? But they're really going to try to trick you into giving your personal details, right? They're going to say they're offering, they're providing a new Medicare card, right? And they need to verify current information to send you your new card, right? It's all scam. They're just trying to steal your details. Right? They'll say you're going to update your Medicare benefits or there's changes to your Medicare benefits, right? We saw somebody reported that to AARP earlier when we were looking at the scam tracking map, right? So we know that these narratives are actively circulating like as of yesterday and the day before, right? So, and always keep in mind, these scammers, they know things about you, right? They might know the last 4 digits of your social security number. They might know who your doctor is already, right? So they'll know who to impersonate. Unfortunately, a lot of our health information was stolen last year. There's a lot of medical data breaches and insurance providers, and lots of our data, unfortunately, is out there, our medical data. So scammers have it and they use it against us. So watch out for these Medicare scams. They're a big problem. And let's see, what time are we? 7:37. I don't know. I don't think I need a coffee break yet. But I know I'll probably need it midway through next batch of scams. But, you know, let's see how far we get in the next batch. Maybe I'll stop it in the middle. We'll see. How we doing out there? Let me know you're watching. Say hi in the chat. Especially if you haven't said anything yet. Don't be shy. Let me know what scams you're seeing being targeted with. Scams to watch out for. I'll spread the word and warn everybody. All right. So we're going to roll right into some more common scams here. If you're just joining, say hi. Let us know you're watching. Make sure to join the free mailing list. Go to scamaware101.com and hit join mailing list. It's free to join. We'll send you some useful scam awareness tips, reminders when we're going live. Make sure to follow on social media. All your favorite social media platforms. Facebook, Threads, Instagram, X, Blue Sky, YouTube. We're on them all, except TikTok. So check us out on your favorite social media platforms. And look, we do this live stream every week. Every Thursday, 5:45 p.m. Eastern. So set an alarm. Set a recurrent alarm. We can use the support. It really does help. This is next scam we're going to talk about. Gift card received. Email scams. These are when victims receive an email notification that they received a gift card. When the victim attempts to activate the gift card by clicking a link, malware is installed on their device, or a fake website is opened to steal personal information. Look, if you get an email like this, and it says your $50 gift card is here. Your company has given you an employee rewards card. Activate it today. All right. Before you trust any links and click on it, what you want to do is you want to reach out, in this case, reach out to your employer and make sure they actually sent it to you. If it said a family member or a friend's name, you would want to reach out to them first and see if they actually sent it to you. You always want to confirm. Because this is a scam, right? You click that link to go steal whatever information you enter. So if you get an email like that.
Stop! It's a scam!
And you know what? John, now that you're on your PC here, I'll tell you what, I am going to take that quick second 5-minute coffee break here of the live stream. And then when I get back, we're going to continue uninterrupted for the rest of the stream here. But I'm going to play that coffee break video again. Coffee break here. That QR codes. All right, cool. Lots of good stuff still coming up in the final hour here, but we're going to take the quick 5-minute break, get our coffee refilled here. But I'm going to play this new break video real quick so John could see, and hopefully it plays okay. All right, if it skips, I apologize in advance, people. We'll be back in 5 minutes.
Yo, it's Jared in the booth, spitting, scamming with truth. They fishing in your inbox, man, they stealing your youth. Phishing emails, got that urgent in the line. Click that link and your bank account's not fine. Fake tech support, they call you at noon. Your PC's infected, yeah, they're singing that tune. Pig butchering scams, fat wallets to slice. Invest in the fake love, but you're paying the price. Scammer World 101, keep your eyes wide open. If the deal seems sweet, man, they're probably hoping.
You must go to the store and buy gift cards.
Stop! It's a scam!
My uncle works at a hedge fund and gives me insider trading tips. Download this trading app.
Stop! It's a scam!
My bank suddenly needs my password, my PIN, and my first pet's social security number.
Stop! It's a scam!
This is urgent. You can't hang up.
Get lost, scammer.
Fake tech support, they call you at noon. Your PC's infected, yeah, they're singing that tune. Pig butchering scams, fat wallets to slice. Invest in the fake love, but you're paying the price. Scammer World 101, keep your eyes wide open. If the deal seems sweet, man, they're probably hoping. Snatch your cash, then you broken despair. Stay woke, my people, man, these crooks don't care. Wrong number text, they pretend they know you. Acting all friendly till they ask for a few. Grandparent scam, your grandson's in jail. Send the bail quick or his freedom might fail. Arrest warrant scam, police are on the line. Pay now or I'll start taking your time. Fake order text, your package is delayed. You click that link, boom, your data's displayed. They'll call, they'll text, they'll lie, they'll scheme. Play on your fears, they'll sell you a dream. Be alert, my friend, don't take the bait. A second of caution could change your fate.
You must go to the store and buy gift cards.
Stop! It's a scam!
My uncle works at a hedge fund and gives me insider trading tips. Download this trading app.
Stop! It's a scam!
My bank suddenly needs my password, my PIN, and my first pet's social security number.
Stop! It's a scam!
This is urgent. You can't hang up.
Get lost, scammer.
Snatch your cash, then you broken despair. Stay woke, my people, man, these crooks don't care. Wrong number text, they pretend they know you. Acting all friendly till they ask for a few. Grandparent scam, your grandson's in jail. Send the bail quick or his freedom might fail. Arrest warrant scam, police are on the line. Pay now or I'll start taking your time. Fake order text, your package is delayed. You click that link, boom, your data's displayed. They'll call, they'll text, they'll lie, they'll scheme. Play on your fears, they'll sell you a dream. Be alert, my friend, don't take the bait. A second of caution could change your fate.
You must go to the store and buy gift cards.
Stop! It's a scam!
My uncle works at a hedge fund and gives me insider trading tips. Download this trading app.
Stop! It's a scam!
My bank suddenly needs my password, my PIN, and my first pet's social security number.
Stop! It's a scam!
This is urgent. You can't hang up.
Get lost, scammer.
Fake order text, your package is delayed. You click that link, boom, your data's displayed. They'll call, they'll text, they'll lie, they'll scheme. Play on your fears, they'll sell you a dream. Be alert, my friend, don't take the bait. A second of caution could change your fate.
All right, we're back. I adjusted the volume towards the end of that a little bit. It's definitely louder. It's looking some good feedback though. So you like that, John? You got to see the break video there, the coffee break video. I tried to open it up with that video, just playing the video straight, and it was causing all sorts of lag, and the stream was breaking. But now that I'm playing it inside like a PowerPoint, it seems to be okay. So I don't know. You want to set it for your ringer for unknown numbers? I can send you the sound wave. Should I make that sound wave available for download on the Scamaware 101 website? Like, download this ringtone for your scam. You know, set it for what is it? Likely scam warnings. Set that as like the ringtone. Anyway, we're gonna continue with some more scams here, and we're gonna continue with the live stream uninterrupted for the rest of the live stream. That was our last 5-minute break. And we're going to continue into some more common scams here. And this next scam is actually an investment scam that was submitted to us by our member Katie. There's an interesting example of an investment scam here because some random email. There's so many red flags in this example that I do like to share it. So first of all, it's this random email that comes in from an Outlook.com email address, right? And it's impersonating some kind of holdings company. They're claiming to be based in originally from France, but based in the U.S., right? But red flag number one is it comes from Outlook.com instead of a official business domain name, right? Outlook.com is a free domain provider. Email address provider, right? So anyway, that's red flag number one. As you continue through his email, it goes in this whole elaborate story, yada, yada, yada. It eventually says he's got $70 million for investment in the U.S. And they'd like to welcome your professional advice on it, right? But then the other thing is they include a WhatsApp phone number to call, which is a red flag too. We mentioned WhatsApp earlier as far as communicating through third-party apps. We know scammers like that. When they include just a WhatsApp phone number to call, instead of just listing an actual phone number, it's only WhatsApp. That's a red flag, right? Because what's happening here is they're listing a phone number that only works on WhatsApp. They're not giving you a real phone number. This could be a stolen phone number that could have been registered, right, through WhatsApp. But there's a big red flag, right? They don't leave an actual phone number. They just leave a WhatsApp number. So far you have a free email address, Outlook.com, a phone number from WhatsApp, right? It's not a real phone number. And the other thing interesting about this scam is he includes his passport, supposedly. Obviously, this isn't real. This is a stolen passport or an AI-generated passport, because this isn't normal for someone just to include their passport on first email, right? In fact, you shouldn't send pictures of your passport to random people. So just the fact that this passport's attached is a big red flag, right? So, anyways, interesting investment scam email. Potential investment partnership opportunity is a subject. So, it sounds too good to be true. It probably is, right? Somebody reaches out of nowhere and says, "Hey, I got $70 million. I'm asking you for your investment advice." Oh, and by the way, it's addressed. It says "Dear friend," right? So it didn't even use the person's name. It just said "Dear friend." Right? So that's also a red flag too, because that's an indicator that the same email is being sent to thousands of people. So it's an interesting example of investment scam. As always, special thank you to Katie for providing that. I remember Katie. And if you get a email like this, it has a picture of a passport attached and claiming that $70 million for you, and yeah.
Stop! It's a scam!
So I have to say about that. So don't fall for it. It's an example investment scam. Thank you, Katie, for that example. Next scam we're going to talk about here, and we did a video about this one, is arrest warrant scams. and sometimes referred to as jury duty scams. Because how this works is a victim is contacted by a scammer who's impersonating law enforcement. The scammer claims an arrest warrant was issued and fines must be paid to resolve it. The scammer then threatens the victim with arrest if fines aren't paid immediately. All right, and that could be a scary situation, right? We mentioned that earlier when we were talking about how scammers use fear and threats to create urgency, right? And you have somebody calling you, and your caller ID says it's the sheriff's department, right? Your caller ID says the sheriff's name. The person calling says they're with the sheriff's department, right? And they say they're going to issue a warrant for your arrest immediately because you missed jury duty, right? Or they'll say you failed to show up to fight 2 charges, right? And you have to pay, otherwise they're sending deputies over to arrest you. Or U.S. Marshals to arrest you, right? They just get very threatening. It's known as an arrest warrant scam. So if somebody calls you claiming to be from the sheriff's department, saying that you got to pay money, that's not how they handle things. That's not how things are done. Right? They don't force you to pay money over the phone or go deliver money at a Bitcoin ATM. We did a video about this scam. It's definitely worth checking out. We included a few clips of media videos of the sheriff's department actually making announcements about this scam. And interesting thing about this scam, besides the caller ID showing the sheriff's phone number, these scammers have also been known to provide fake paperwork. They'll text the paperwork to you or email the paperwork, and they'll claim, look, it's your arrest warrant, and it'll be based on real paperwork, but they put your info on it. All right, so anyway, arrest warrant scams. If you get a random phone call claiming to be local law enforcement, saying there's an arrest warrant, don't panic, right? Instead, hang up. Ask them what organization they're calling from, right? And they'll say whatever local sheriff's department, they'll give it to you. Hang up. And if you're concerned that it's real, reach out to that department directly, right? But don't just trust over phone calls that claim there's an arrest warrant, you got to pay now, right? They're a scam. That's not how things get handled. All right, they don't give you a heads up. If there's an arrest warrant, they don't call and give you a heads up. So watch out for these arrest warrant scams. They're a big problem. And check out the video we did about them too. If you're just joining, welcome to the live stream. Say hi, let us know you're watching. We're streaming live on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook, so we're still good on all of them. Excellent. Sometimes Facebook drops, but they did us good last week, and this week it's looking strong so far. So we'll see if they make it through the rest of the live stream here. But we're live on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. So give us a like, a follow, a comment. Let us know you're watching. Give us some reactions. Want to hear from you. Mostly monitoring the YouTube channels over here. So if you're being quiet over on the YouTube channel, say what's up. Let us know you're watching. We're going to go for about 45 more minutes, probably. 45 more minutes.
Get lost, scammer.
All right, let's talk about our next scam, which is bank impersonation scams. We mentioned this earlier in the live stream too, so this one's important. This one's important. A lot of people getting targeted with this one. Another one that we're being targeted through text messages, phone calls, emails, from all directions, right? Anybody contacting you claiming to be from the bank or anything regarding your bank, be suspicious. Don't trust it. Even if the caller ID says it's your bank, shows the bank's phone number, you still cannot trust it. That's what the scammers are doing. So many victims, they fall for these scams because the caller ID says the bank's name and they don't realize that it can't be trusted. Right? They say, well, the caller ID said Wells Fargo or the caller ID said TD Bank. I thought I could trust it. You can't. Right? And scammers know that. They do it to trick you. So anybody calling you or text messaging you claiming to be from the bank, telling you to call a number, don't trust it. What you got to do is you got to hang up, right? And then you could call the bank directly, but on the number on the back of your card, right? Call that number back directly. And look, even if the caller ID says that number is calling, you can't trust it, right? Because scammers could just be making it say that. You got to hang up and you got to call the number directly, the number shown on the back of your card, right? And you could talk to your bank directly about what's going on. But you can't trust incoming calls, right? Even if they know things about you. Again, even if they know what things, these scammers, a lot of times they know what bank to target you to pretend that, they know what bank you have. So they know who to impersonate when they call and what bank to say they're calling from, right? Just because they know things about you, you got to hang up anyway and then you call back your bank directly. Here's an example of a text message version of this scam, though. You see, it came from a number inside the U.S. Verify TD Bank card activity. Did you attempt a transaction? $250 at Walgreens. Reply yes if recognized or no if not. Right? Well, this is a scam. This is actually trying to trick the potential victim into replying. This isn't really from the bank. And what's interesting about this scam is the person that provided this screenshot of it, right before they got this message, they actually got a phone call. And the caller ID said TD Bank, right? But they didn't answer the call. After not answering, they got this text message impersonating TD Bank. So the scammers are persistent, right? They'll target you with a phone call. They'll target you with a text message. And the idea is that they want you to reply no, right? You think you're talking to the bank. You reply no, this wasn't me, right? And then they're going to try to get you on the phone. They're going to try to get you on the phone, impersonate the bank. They're going to tell you, oh, we have to freeze your account, so you have to transfer the funds to this new account. They're going to give you a number that gives them the funds to them, or they're going to have you go deposit at a Bitcoin ATM, right? But the whole idea is you don't want to get tricked in the first place into engaging with these scammers, right? You get a message like this, don't be tricked into replying. Don't call the number, right? Instead, call your bank directly by calling the number on the back of your card. Don't trust it. Whether it's a phone call, text message, you can't trust unsolicited communications like these that impersonate your bank. Who's with me? Let me know. Somebody calls you, and they say they're calling from the bank.
Get lost, scammer.
Next, let's talk about wrong number scams. We did a video about these scams. Let me get the slide up here. Wrong number scams. Oh man, my stomach's growling. I hope my mic didn't pick that up. Let's see how strong my mic is. Wrong number scams. So first of all, we did a video about wrong number scams a little over a year ago now. And it went viral. At least I consider what numbers it hit was viral. But it's got over 102,000 views. So go check out that video, our wrong number scam video. 102,000 views. So that's pretty good. We're lucky for our videos to get a couple thousand views. But this one got 102,000 views. So wrong number scams. But look, it's a big problem, right? And a lot of times the wrong number scams, they evolve into a romance scam or a pig butchering scam, investment scam, right? So let's talk about these a little bit more. So scammers reach new victims by sending text messages to random phone numbers. When someone replies wrong number, the scammer attempts to continue the conversation and build a trust with the victim. All right? So if you ever wonder why you get so many wrong number text messages, right, from numbers you don't recognize and people you don't know.
Stop! It's a scam!
Right, because they want you to reply and they're going to try to gain your trust. And as they gain your trust, it's going to evolve into romance or pig butchering scam. Right, and they're going to try to steal your money. And these types of scams, they're willing to invest weeks into gaining your trust. Right, these romance and these investment scams. Usually they don't target you or ask you for money until they've talked to you for like a week or two. So these are long-term scams. They're willing to put in the time to gain your trust. But once they gain your trust, they're going to suddenly be like, hey, I have a family member that invests. Or they're going to do the romance angle, where it's like, oh, you're so great. Love bomb you, I think the term is. But anyway, those extremely dangerous scams and harmful scams, most of them, many times, they'll evolve from a wrong number scam. It all starts from just, they target you with a text message. Oh, I have a wrong number, but you seem nice. Let's be friends. So here's an example. Let me show you a real example. And the thing why these are dangerous, these scams, is they can start with just something like hi. Right? So you reply back, hi, who's this? Well, now you just let the scammer know that your number's active. Just by replying back to say, who's this, or a wrong number, you just let them know your number's active, you read your text messages, and it'll target you with more scams. So even replying to these, I recommend against it. If it's a legit wrong number, they'll realize it's a wrong number. Right? It's not worth it anymore replying because 99% of the time it's going to be a scammer. All right. But in this real example, right? Hi, reply back, who is this? They put, I'm Karina, are you David? We met at Linda's party. They usually give some example here. You pick this number for me, right? Hi, sorry, you have the wrong number, right? So we reply back. At that point, conversation should end if it was really a legit wrong number, but it won't because it's a scammer. So it continues. Oh my gosh, I checked and found out I entered the wrong area code. I hope this doesn't bother you. That's okay, no problem. Again, conversation should end at that point, but because it's a scam, it keeps going. Thank you very much. You're a very friendly and polite person. I hope we could be friends. Nice to meet you. My name is Karina. What can I call you? Right? And they start trying to get information from you. Where are you from? What's your name? Right? We reply back, Pat. They reply, you have a beautiful name. I'm from Malaysia, currently living in Los Angeles. Where do you live? Right? And they try to get this information from you. Once it gathers this information, they're going to target you with a scam. It's going to decide, should it be a romance scam, a pig butchering scam, or what the next step's going to be. But the first step is to hit you with these wrong number text messages and try to gain you as a friend and learn about you. All right. Here's another example of this scam that we share on our website, or on the video about this on our YouTube channel. Now you can see this one include a picture. Right, hi Byron, I'm Jane, and then it has a picture come up. Right, it's trying to incentivize a reply, right? Well, you can see that the text came at 1:58 p.m. Right, so 1:58 p.m. Right, and then it says, "Have you gotten the pictures I sent?" At 5:58 p.m. After no replies. So you can see at 4 hours on the dot. So at 1:58 p.m. Right, came in the initial text, and then no reply. 4 hours on the dot. 5:58 p.m. Right, it sends a follow-up. Have you gotten the pictures I sent? Right. The reason why it's 4 hours on the dot is because, look, this isn't even a real person. This is a bot. This is a bot. This is a program that's just sending out this text message to thousands, hundreds of thousands of other numbers, random numbers, right? And when they don't reply for 4 hours, it's programmed to send the follow-up message. Have you gotten the pictures I sent? Right. That's why it was 4 hours on the dot, because it's a program. Whoever programmed it said do 4 hours. Right. So, look, this is a scam. You get text messages like this from random people. Don't even reply. Don't even say wrong number. Who are you? You know, because they're going to try to befriend you, and it's all a scam, right? So wrong number scams, watch out for them. They're a big problem. Get a text message like that.
Stop! It's a scam!
Next scam we're going to talk about. How many more we got to go here? We got 1, 2. We only got 4. No, we actually got 4, 5, 8. Okay. We'll make them through here. These next batch are pretty quick, and then we go into the best for last. We got fake order scams, grandparent scams, inheritance scams. But that's all within the next 45 minutes, right? We're going to be wrapping up about 45 minutes, so as long as we stay on schedule here. But who's still with me? Let me know. This next batch of scams we're going to talk about. Fake promotion scam gift card. One sec. This is an example of that I talked about earlier that I was going to play for you. And we saw this report earlier when we kicked off the live stream earlier, and we were checking out the AARP scam tracking map. This scam that I'm going to talk about in a moment, as soon as I find the example. This is one that he mentioned that was a Spectrum, right? He said Spectrum called him and said that their 50% discount was expiring and the callback. But it's a scam. And the example I'm going to share with you, here it is. And the example I'm going to share with you actually impersonates Comcast. Right, so I'm going to play the recording in a moment. But basically how the scam works is fraudsters impersonate a service provider and offer the victim a discount for paying with a retail gift card. Victims are tricked into purchasing gift cards and sending them to the scammer. Right? And what they do is they start out with a phone call that I'm going to play for you right now. Right? You get a phone call, and you're going to hear it. It's going to say, this is Comcast. Your discount expires. Call back number shown. Right? Red flag. Right? But anyway, let me play this for you. And this is how these scams start. It's a phone call like this. Don't fall for it and call back the number. Right? If you want to call Comcast back or Spectrum or whoever your provider is, or if you want to call them back, call back their actual phone number. Don't call back the number that they leave on, these scammers tell you to. But let's listen to this scam. It impersonates Comcast.
Hello. This voicemail is from Comcast Xfinity. Your current 50% discount on your monthly bill will expire by the end of the day. To maintain your reduced rate, call the number on your caller ID immediately. This is your final reminder to act. Call back now. Thank you.
Right, so call back number on caller ID instead of leaving an actual number. Right, so that's a big red flag. If that was really Spectrum, they would have left the phone number of Spectrum. Right, but instead they said call back the number on caller ID. But yeah, so what would happen if you called back that number? They would impersonate Comcast, and they would say, yeah, your promotional discount expires today. Your bill's going to double, right? Because you're getting 50% off. Your bill's going to double today. But we have another promotion going on with Target. So if you go to Target and you pay in advance, you purchase a $500 gift card, you pay with the $500 gift card, we'll apply the discount for you, right? So you trick the victim into paying, a year's worth of their service with a gift card. The victim thinks they're paying Comcast or Spectrum, whoever their internet provider is, or whoever the scammer's impersonating, right? They think they're paying a legit company. They're actually paying a scammer for this fake promotional discount. They're tricked into purchasing gift cards. Again, so many red flags, right? The red flag about asking you to purchase gift cards. The red flag about saying call number shown on caller ID instead of leaving an actual number. Don't trust it. You always got to hang up and verify. So watch out for those scams. Extremely common scams circulating. And look, again, that scam we just talked about, this fake promotion scam, they don't just stop at 500. They don't just stop at 500, right? They first, let's say you fall for it one time, you pay them the $500 gift card. What they'll do is they'll call back in a day or two and they'll say there was an issue or it didn't work. Now you need to pay 500 more, or you have to do. They'll say there's a problem and a reason why you got to pay more, right? They always come up with more reasons, right? So if they get you once, you know, shame on them, right? If they get you twice, right?
Get lost, scammer.
Shame on you. No, I'm just kidding. Look, I never blame the victim, right? Because these scammers are clever, right? That's why awareness is so important. That's why, even though I cover the same scams every week, I try to switch it up and do fun things on this live stream every week. But, a lot of examples are the same examples and the same advice over and over again, because that repetition, that hearing it over and over again, it's important, right? It's important. And, that's why every week, tune into the live stream, get your friends tuning in. And it's always here for you, too, as a refresher, too. You can't make it every week, that's fine. But it's always here as the idea is we always want to be here as a refresher to, you can tune in, hear the latest scams, kind of get a reminder of maybe some scams you forgot about. Anyway. And you could help by purchasing some merchandise from our YouTube store. So check out our YouTube store. Check out our gift and merch shop link on our website here. We got mugs available, coffee mugs, mouse pads, stickers, other fun products available. We also can donate directly. Scamware101.com/donate. We'll gladly take some donations. You want to donate directly, we appreciate it. And we have memberships and super chats enabled as well on YouTube. If you want to help out by a few bucks that way, we appreciate it all. And we'll put it right back into advertising and trying to get the word out about this stuff. But even just giving us a like, follow, subscribe, sharing our content, reposting our stuff on social media, resharing our posts on social media. We post every day. We post every day on almost every day, right? On Facebook and YouTube and X and Threads and Instagram. They're all set up to reshare, so they should be posting every day. They're all set up to reshare the stuff. So I see Dave's always clicking like. I always see John clicking like. I see you guys. I always appreciate you guys. It helps getting those likes up and those shares. Katie, I'm not sure if you're on social media at all, but if you are, I appreciate all the likes. But anyway, so let's continue to our next batch of scams here. We're on schedule 8:10. We're going to talk about some QR code scams for the next 10 minutes or so. And look, we got maybe 6, 7 more scams available. So, yeah, available. I talk like they're for sale. We got 7 more scams. Buy them now. Right now, we got a free gift postcard. Now, so we got about 7 more scams we're going to talk about. And we're going to be wrapping up, if we stay on schedule, about 8:45-ish is the plan here. It says 8:50, but we'll see. If anybody has any other sounds that we should add to the soundboard here, I just threw these 2 on today. I'm going to pull some more from those videos, but I'm having fun with them, right? I got my...
Get lost, scammer.
And then we got the...
Stop! It's a scam!
So this is going to be fun to find some more sound waves to throw in here. So tune in next week. I'll definitely have some more ones. More sound waves we're going to have some fun with on the soundboard here. Let's continue. So the next batch of scams we're going to talk about, QR code scams. And some snail mail scams as well. So the first QR code scam we're going to talk about is actually a postcard scam. You receive it in the mail. And it's offering you free wireless Bluetooth earbuds. And then there's a QR code to scan, right? So just because you receive something in the mail doesn't necessarily mean it's safer than anything else. You get some random free gift, free wireless earbuds. And as an example, right, we showed the fake retail website offering earbuds. It's a hot item, right? And the scammers, they know it's a popular item, so they'll try to offer it. All right, so you get this in the mail. It has a QR code to scan. You scan the QR code, but it says it steals your personal details, your Amazon account details, your payment details, credit card number. All right, so be suspicious of free offers. If it's too good to be true, it probably is. And if you get some just random free offer in the mail, it doesn't even say who's from, right? It says random free offer. And it has a QR code. Scan it and be suspicious, right?
Stop! It's a scam!
And we're seeing more and more examples of these QR code scams out there these days, right? We got these fake postcards flying around with these QR codes. It'll be flyers in public. All right, but what's interesting is that scammers have been printing out their malicious QR codes on stickers, right? So there's reports now of them putting their malicious QR codes on parking meters, for example. So the victim, they go to pay for parking and they scan the QR code that's on a parking meter. They think they're scanning it to pay with the parking meter app, but it actually takes them to a malicious website by a scammer. It steals their payment details. So the victim thinks they're paying for parking. They're actually giving their payment details to a scammer, right? All because they scanned a QR code that was actually a sticker placed on the parking meter, right? And what's interesting, well, not interesting, but what's also sad about that is now the victim comes back and their car's gone because they didn't pay for parking. Now it's towed and they get hit with all those fees as well. So if you're going to scan some kind of QR code in public, the best QR code is one you don't have to scan, right? If you could just go directly to the website, it says where it goes to, or it tells you what app to use, right? If you could avoid scanning the QR code altogether, that's the best kind. But if you have to scan the QR code, at least look, make sure it doesn't look like it was tampered with at all, right? Be suspicious. So watch out for these parking meters. Fake QR codes. That's a warning for the BBB. Warning us about this one. And this was back in July 2024. So, I mean, look, they were warning us over a year ago about this one. So it's only gotten worse. For sure. And this next scam we're going to talk about, sticking with QR code scams and parking, for that matter. There's fake parking tickets. They're actually paper tickets, right? Physical paper tickets being left on people's windshields or on their car, right? Saying it's a parking violation. And I've seen reports for this in major cities for the most part, right? Like Houston, I've seen in Denver and other places, right? But they leave these fake parking violations on paper on your car, and it's got a QR code to scan. And the QR code takes you to a fake website. You think you're paying a parking ticket, right? But the whole thing's fake. You're actually paying a scammer. You're actually giving them your payment details. They're not just going to charge you the fine, right? They're going to take your payment details and they're going to use it to buy very expensive things with, right? And it's a fake paper. I see scams everywhere. It's not just online. They're in public, like QR codes. Don't fall for these scams. They're clever, these scammers. Now, let's continue on to the last 4 scams that we're going to talk about this evening. And actually, after these last 4 scams, we're wrapping it up because we opened up the live stream today by doing the AARP scam tracking map. We did it reverse today, right? For those of anybody that stuck through the whole live stream, we did it in reverse today. And hopefully those who joined earlier got to experience the AARP scam tracking map, which we usually do when we close out the live stream. So I'll try to switch it up for everybody a little bit today and do something different. Don't know if it mattered in the big picture or not, but I'll try to do something. Keep it things interesting for you folks out there. But if you just joined us late, maybe from the West Coast, since it's 8:15 over here on the East Coast, and we start at 5:45 p.m. Eastern time, so we're at what, 2.5 hours? We're actually gonna be wrapping up within the next 20 minutes or so. We're going about 3 hours, so we'll probably be wrapped up by 8:45 is the plan. But we still got 4 more scams to talk about and be aware of. Important to be aware of. But if you just joined us, make sure to like, follow, subscribe. Help us spread awareness about these scams. It really does help. We're on all your favorite social media platforms: YouTube, Blue Sky, X, Facebook, Threads, Instagram. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. All right, it really does help. And our free mailing list. Look, scamaware101.com. Join mailing list. That's the #1 way to keep up to date with what we're doing over here. We'll send you reminders when we're going live and updates about when we're posting new content, right? But the mailing list is number one way. So if you haven't joined yet, check out scamaware101.com and join the mailing list. We'll keep you updated with all the latest info about what's going on over here. And of course, social media as well. But like I said, we got 4 more scams we're going to talk about here. And by the way, if you have no idea what this live stream is because you just tuned in now, we do this live stream every week, every Thursday at 5:45 p.m. Eastern. That's one of the ways we try to spread awareness about these scams that target individuals. You, me, your friends, your family. Right? We're targeted all day long. Email, text messages, phone calls. And it's important to be aware of these scams. And we release content on social media. We do some research. We report on scam examples and spread awareness. And this live stream every week at 5:45 p.m. Eastern time is one of the ways we do that. So make sure to subscribe, join the mailing list, and we'll keep you posted and in other ways as well. So let's continue into this last batch of scams we're going to talk about here, these last 4. And we're going to talk about, let's get in the right slide up here. We're not talking about undeliverable packages. We're talking about fake order scams. Where are you? Grandparent scams. Fake order scams. Okay, cool. So the thing about these fake order scams, very important to be aware of these because we're being targeted from all directions again from this type of scam. Phone calls, emails, text messages, right? And the thing that's tricky about this scam, the fake order scam, is that they can claim anything was purchased. They can claim they're any vendor. They're reaching out to you from any vendor, claiming any item or any charge happened on your account, right? It doesn't even matter if you have an account like that. The whole idea is they want to trick you into thinking, I didn't make that charge. Let me call back this number. They're trying to trick you into disputing it. You think you're dealing with customer service, but you're actually talking to a scammer, right? So we're going to share some examples of this scam right now. We're going to show you a text message example, and we're going to play some phone call examples and share a victim's story. And we did a video about this scam too. So very important to be aware of this scam. It's a clever scam. Like I said, they can impersonate any vendor. We're going to play videos where they impersonate Walmart, then they impersonate Amazon, and then they impersonate Apple, right? So we're going to play a whole bunch of different impersonations that they're doing here. And you should be able to recognize these. This way, if they call you, you could...
Stop! It's a scam!
So let's start with the text message version here. You can see this one impersonates Apple. We have noticed that your Apple iCloud ID was recently used. Apple preplay authorization, right? $143. And then it says, call this number immediately to cancel this charge. So they're trying to make you think that somebody used your Apple Pay in your Apple account to pay $143. And it instructs you to call this number back. But if you call that number back, it's going to be a scammer. Right? And that's how this fake order scam works. It tries to trick you into thinking a charge went through or an order went through, and they're trying to trick you into calling them, the scammer. Right? You think you're calling Apple for support to dispute this charge, but you're actually calling a scammer. Right? And again, you're being targeted by text message, but you're also targeted by email. And here's the victim's story about this one. Right? In her case, so it was a 23-year-old Lincoln woman reported losing $4,100 after falling victim to an identity fraud scam. The scam began with an email claiming she purchased an iPhone. The woman called the number provided in the email to dispute the purchase. I'm going to stop right there. That's the fake order scam. She fell for it. She got an email. It said, you purchased an iPhone. Wasn't you? Call this number. Right? She calls the number, thinks she's calling Apple. She's calling a scammer. Right? So what's interesting about this report, though, it gives us some details about how this scam proceeded. At this point, it could vary, but here's what happened in her case, right? So she's on the phone, and she's talking to scammers. She thinks she's talking to Apple support, but she's talking to scammers. So they tell her someone's using her identity, right? And then they say they connected the woman to a person posing as a CIA agent who instructed her to withdraw $3,600 from her bank account. The next day, she was directed to use the money to purchase Walmart gift cards, right? Red flag gift cards, and send photos and receipts. Additionally, the woman sent another $500 gift cards to scammers. All right, so there's a fake order scam. In this case, it was an email. And a lot of times how the narrative goes. You call back this number to say, oh, somebody has your identity. They're using your credit card or your bank account details. You have to transfer the money to secure it. All right, but it's a scam. You have to withdraw the money and purchase gift cards and send them to us. We'll put them back in your account, but it's a scam. Red flags all over. Right. So fake order scams. That's the text message version. It's the email version. Right. But what the phone calls? I got 2 examples I'm going to share with you. These fake order scam phone calls. And the first one, they're going to impersonate Amazon and it's going to claim a MacBook Pro was purchased. Let's take a listen.
This call is to authorize the payment of $1,499 for the recent order of Apple MacBook Pro on your Amazon account. If you do not authorize this payment, please press 1 to speak to our customer support representative.
A lot of times they'll say press 1. They don't leave a real number to call back. They'll just say press 1 because the idea is somebody was supposed to pick up. In this case, nobody picked up and it left a recording. But pressing 1 would connect it to a scammer. The scammer would impersonate support. Don't do it. Don't trust it. If you get a call like this claiming to be from Amazon, hang up, right? And check your Amazon account directly or call Amazon directly. But don't follow the instructions because that's what scammers do. They leave fake phone numbers to call or they say press 1, right? Don't do it. Don't trust it. You got to verify directly through your own official channels. Let's listen to another example of a fake order scam phone call. Because again, notice how they can impersonate all different people. So far we have Amazon and we have Apple twice, right? And now we're going to do Walmart here. Let's take a listen. And again, it's another phone call.
We are trying to contact you concerning an unverified purchase of PlayStation 5 Special Edition bundled with Pulse 3D headset being ordered from your Walmart account for an amount of $859.50. If you did not authorize this transaction or wish to cancel, please press 1 or return our call on same number at your earliest convenience.
See, that one says press 1 or return at earliest convenience, right? Return call back at number. Like they don't leave real number, but they say press 1 or call back number shown. Yeah. Don't trust it. This is again red flags all over. Right? So they call you up and they say press 1 or they call you up and say call back number shown.
Stop! It's a scam!
So anyway, watch out for these fake order scams. Again, they're especially dangerous because they can claim to be from anyone. They can claim anything was purchased. They could claim to be from any vendor, right? Because the whole point is it doesn't matter that they're going to trick you into calling back. They could say they're anybody that you don't use. They just make something up. You know, if you think an order was placed with your information, they're going to try to trick you into calling back. So fake order scams, watch out. Text messages, phone calls, emails, they're all active and out there. Be careful. Next scam we're going to talk about is grandparent scams. This one should bother everybody. And we have an example I'm going to share with you. But grandparent scam is when scammers impersonate a distressed relative, claiming to have been arrested and needing financial help. Victims, usually seniors, act quickly to assist their loved ones. The scammers will often impersonate law enforcement, court personnel, and lawyers to extract even more money from the victim. Right? And again, it's called a grandparent scam because it targets grandparents and older folks out there. It uses their kids as bait. It makes them think that their kids have been in an accident. The scammer even impersonates the loved one. And you might be thinking to yourself, how can somebody fall for this? Well, I have a video I'm going to share with you right now of a scammer, right? And we're going to watch him perform a grandparent scam. Okay. And this video clip is actually from a YouTuber. He goes about, his handle is Scam Sandwich. So if you want to see the full video, go check out Scam Sandwich on YouTube, right? But I'm going to show you just a short clip here. And this is of an actual scammer in the Dominican Republic performing a grandparent scam. This YouTuber, he hacked into this guy's camera, the scammer's camera. And the scammer doesn't realize it, but we were able to record, the person that hacked into his camera was able to record him doing a grandparent scam. So we could actually watch a scammer impersonate the loved one. And then he impersonates a police officer. You can actually see it, a scammer doing it, a real scammer. So we're going to watch this video real quick. It's a short clip, and it shows you how somebody could fall for, in my opinion, it shows you how somebody could fall for this type of scam. Even if they're impersonating a loved one, it shows you how skilled these scammers are. So let's take a listen here.
Oh, Mom, I had a car accident.
Let me know how the volume is on this too in the chat. I'm trying to figure out the volume here. Let me know if it matches like the volume of my voice.
Accident.
Huh?
I had a car accident, Mom.
Is this Linda?
It's me, Linda.
Where are you?
I got a car accident.
What happened?
I'm gonna put the officer on. I got arrested.
You got arrested?
Hi, ma'am.
Yes.
Hi, are you Linda's mom?
Yes.
What I'm gonna need you to do is grab a pen and paper and write down Linda's case number, ma'am. I need you to hurry up, please, ma'am.
Case number?
It's the number 2.
2?
The letter B as in boy. Can you read that back to me?
To the...
Now, I'm going to read what's going on, ma'am, okay?
Okay.
Linda was involved in a car accident. It was stated in the police report. She admitted that was her fault. While she was driving, she was using her phone. That's what caused the accident, ma'am, okay?
Oh, man.
The woman that was driving the other vehicle was 7 months pregnant. We had to rush her into the nearby hospital. She might lose her baby.
Oh, really?
Yes. Now, we actually confiscating her cell phone for legal evidence, so she cannot receive or cannot make calls. This is going to be her only last call. Are you with me, ma'am?
Yes, I am.
Now, she actually wrote a note down here saying that she didn't want anyone to know about this. Let's honor her wish for right now because it's too much for her right now. That's what she's saying.
Okay.
What I'm going to need you to do, ma'am, is stay by the phone and wait for the lawyer to call, okay?
Okay.
Okay, bye-bye, ma'am.
All right, bye.
The next.
So that's an actual example of a grandparent scammer. Yeah, it only says case 20 because it fast forwards through the number. There's no reason to sit there listening to the case number. So it fast forwards through that. But you can see how I can see how somebody could fall for this, right? They impersonate the distressed relative for 20 seconds real quick. You know, it could sound like anybody's distressed relative. They're crying, they're upset, right? And then it happens so quick, right? And in this case, the victim actually gave away their daughter's name too. When you know, the scammer impersonates, here, listen to this one more time, how it opens it. When the scammer says, "Mom, I've been in an accident," or something like that, right? Listen to what the mother replies, "Linda, is that you?" She actually gives up her daughter's name. Here, listen again real quick.
Oh.
Mom, I had a car accident.
Huh?
I had a car accident, Mom.
Is this Linda?
It's me, Linda.
Right, so she gives it up, and the scammer picks up on it right away. The scammer immediately replies, "It's me, Linda." He picks up on it right away. Right, so she may not even realize, when she tells her story, she might not even realize that she gave away her daughter's name. She might be like, he knew my name. I don't know how he knew it, but she gave it up, right? And the scammers are clever. So watch out for this type of scam. It's out there. Yeah, Dave, you said when she says, "Oh, really?" It sounds like she's suspicious. Yeah, I don't know. Sounds to me like she was about ready to fall for it. When he's telling the story, to me, it sounds like she's like, Linda's in trouble again? Really? She did it again? That's the impression I get. Oh, Linda, out there, old shenanigans again. But anyway. Watch out for grandparent scams. They say, technically, the advice they give you is you should have a code word or a code phrase with your family members. So if something really does happen, you can verify it. So that's the advice that they give. I don't know, that type of advice always, that is what it is. If that's the type of world we live in now. So come with those code words for your loved ones, or at least have some secrets or something that you can confirm who you're actually talking with. But don't trust these scammers. You'll hang up. And again, hang up and verify through official channels, right? Find out where she's actually supposedly being arrested or being held at, right? Definitely don't give any money. So let's continue though. We got 2 more scams to go, and we're wrapping it up in about 15 minutes or maybe less. So, but the next scam we're going to talk about, actually, let me see how we're doing over here on Instagram and Facebook. How we doing, people? Quiet over there. If you're watching, say hi. Let me know you're watching. Give us some likes, follows, reactions. Appreciate it. All good though. They usually come in more after the live streams over here. Get most of the views over on YouTube. All right, inheritance scams. There was a snail mail version. We mentioned this one earlier. Inheritance scams. Victims are contacted with claims of a large inheritance from an unknown relative, but to claim it, they must pay fees or provide personal details. These scams exploit curiosity and greed to steal money and identity information. Look, so the example I'm going to share with you is of an actual letter that was circulating. And you can see it'll be dated November 29th, 2024, so a little over a year old. All right. And it has letterhead on it. Impersonates a law office. Has an address up there, trying to look professional. And you go through this letter, and it basically says someone sharing the same last name as you is a deceased client, and because they share the same last name, they died 4 years ago. They can't find anybody else to give the money to. But since you share the same last name, you're entitled to $10.8 million insurance that their client had, right? And they're offering to facilitate the whole thing for you, their law office. Right? But of course, towards the end, it says this claim requires a high level of confidentiality. It may take up to 30 business days, right? There's that red flag asking for confidentiality. Why do they care who you tell about an inheritance? Right? But it's an interesting example, though, of these inheritance scams. These are actual letters. And the person it was addressed to, what's interesting about this, where it says, Dear, I blurred out their name. But you can see where it says, Dear, whoever. The name was correct. It matched the address they sent it to. The person received it. It was addressed to the correct person. And the person who passed away, they made the last name match in the letter the person that the letter is actually addressed to. So they made sure, the scammers who were sending out this letter, they made sure the victim's the supposed dead deceased relative, they made sure the last name matched the last name of who they addressed it to. They mentioned it in a letter twice. So it's that attention to detail is what tricks people into thinking it's a real inheritance, right? But how these scams usually work is $10.8 million, right? Well, what they'll do a lot of times, they'll try to get you to pay fees or taxes on it in advance, right? They'll say you got to pay fees or taxes, or they'll have you open a bank account, or they'll have you provide banking details, and then they steal funds. But at the end of the day, they're going to try to get money from you through fees or taxes, and then they disappear without giving any inheritance, right? That's typically how these scams work. It works the same way that those lottery scams work, right? They trick you into thinking you won a lottery or a prize, but a lot of times what they do is then they trick the victim into paying fees or taxes first on a prize that they're never going to get. And the same way with this inheritance. They trick the victim into paying fees and taxes first, then you never get the inheritance. Right. So again, it's a real example of a letter, physical letter, arriving in your mailbox at your door with your name. But a quick Google search for whether it was law office or even some text from the email, a quick Google search returned plenty of people reporting this scam, reported receiving the same letter, right? And just the only difference was the names get swapped out to match theirs. So scammers still use snail mail. Watch out for it, and keep that guard up. Inheritance scams. All right. This last scam we're going to talk about this evening. And my PowerPoint looks like it's crashing on me here. Let's see how that goes. This last scam we're going to talk about is a secret shopper scam. Technically, they call it a secret survey check scam. It's a gift card scam, but again, it starts with an actual letter that you'll receive in your mailbox. Right? So you receive this letter, it impersonates Walgreens and CVS. Congratulations on your accomplishment. This package contains what you need to complete your first secret survey assignment. Right? So basically, it's claiming you've been selected as a secret shopper. And what's interesting about this scam is this includes a check in the envelope with the letter. Right? So there's a check that's included with it for $2,480. Right? And the idea is the letter instructs you to deposit the check at your bank, and then within 12 to 24 hours, purchase $2,000 worth of gift cards and provide them, follow instructions to provide them to the scammer, right? But you think the victim thinks they're just a secret shopper, right? Oh, cool. I'm going to go, it's an easy $480, right? They think, okay, because that's how this works. The check was for $2,480. The victim is told to purchase $2,000 worth of gift cards, and they say, keep the $480 as your commission, right? And the victim thinks, wow, I got the check in hand and everything. Okay, so the victim goes, follows instructions, deposits the checks, purchases gift cards. Day goes by, easy money. They think, wow, that was easy. Made $480 like that. Well, what happens is 24 hours later, 48 hours later, they get notified the bank the check was bad, right? And the funds disappear. The funds are gone because it was a bad check, right? And now that $2,000 of gift cards that you purchased and gave to the scammer, you're stuck on the hook paying for those $2,000. Right? And the gift cards are gone. Even though you might physically still have the gift cards in hand, you gave the scammer the numbers, and as soon as you gave them the numbers, they were cleared out, right? So that's why scammers prefer being paid in gift cards. They can easily clear them out or resell them to somebody and get away with it. But anyway, look, so all sorts of red flags about this scam. Oh yeah, and by the way, just to add insult to injury, right? So the check bounces, you get notified the bank it was a bad check. The $2,000 of funds is gone. There was no commission or anything, right? You're in the whole $2,000. On top of it, the bank hits you with a fee for depositing a bad check, right? So they'll hit you with like a $35 fee or $40 fee for a bad check, right? And then if you get put into withdrawal, because think, now you're negative $2,040, right? So if they put you into a negative balance, right? Now you get hit with another fee. So just add insult to injury, the bank kicks you while you're down after being scammed out of $2,000. So that's the beauty about this type of scam, right? You kind of get it from both directions, from the scammer and the bank. So anyway, watch out for this scam. Look, we did a video about this scam. We have another example of a letter. It says it do the same thing, right? It's just the dollar amount's different. The check that came in was for $1,987, and it instructs to purchase 3 gift cards instead of 4. But it's the same scam. It impersonates Walgreens and CVS. It tells the victim they've been selected as a secret shopper. Same instructions, deposit the check, and then within 12 to 24 hours, purchase gift cards. Reason why they say within 12 to 24 hours is because they know that the clock is ticking. Once they deposit that check, the scammer knows that the bank's going to notify them in like 24 hours, 48 hours. So the clock starts ticking, is why a scammer says purchase the cards within 12 to 24 hours, right? But it's all part of scam. So anyway, we did a video about this. Lots of comments on this video. Recent comments, people getting the same letter, right? And getting targeted by the same type of scam. So this one's actively circulating. It's hitting mailboxes and at your address. So don't fall for it. Just because it's a actual letter, you still have to be suspicious. So mystery shopper scams, secret service scams, gift card scams, right? Gift cards. And you know what I love about this scam is it's another clever way to trick victims into purchasing gift cards, right? So anytime you get asked to purchase gift cards, it has to be a red flag, right? Because these scammers are always thinking of clever ways to get you to purchase gift cards. So anyway, that's the last scam we're going to talk about this evening. That was the last scams we covered. It's I believe it's over 25 scams in addition to the scams we talked about on the AARP scam tracking map. So I hope we found it useful. We had some fun, mixed things up a little bit on the live stream this week. Added in some fun sound effects and try to add in some videos, which are working out. I'll get them tweaked a little bit. They were lagging a little bit, but I'm going to get fixed up next live stream. But we're having fun, right? We're trying to make some things happen here. And look, the whole point is, when a scammer calls you, we always want you to remember, what to say.
Get lost, scammer.
Right? So I'm going to keep on playing this sound wave. And hey, you have any other sound waves to add to this soundboard, send them over to me. I want to hear them. We'll play them next time on next week's live stream. But anyway, all right, everybody, we're going to get wrapped up here. But shameless plug before we wrap up. Last chance, hit that like, subscribe, follow. If you haven't yet, we appreciate it. Help spread the word. Subscribe to our Facebook memberships. You could do a super chat, help us out with a few bucks. We always appreciate it. All right, share our content. Follow us on social media, all your favorite platforms: YouTube, Facebook, Threads, Instagram, X, Blue Sky. Right? But most importantly, join the free mailing list, scamaware101.com. Hit join mailing list. It's free to join. And we'll send you reminders when we're going live and when we post new content and other scam warnings, right? So join the free mailing list, scamaware101.com. Make sure to check your junk folder to confirm it, because we always confirm the emails. We don't let people sign up other people's emails. So make sure to check your email to confirm it. But scamaware101.com, join mailing list. And while you're there, of course, follow us on social media. You can donate, scamaware101.com/donate. Goes directly to us. We have a donate link at the bottom of our site here. And we also have our gift shop, a link as well at the bottom of our site, or on our YouTube store. You can purchase some merch, help support what we're doing over here. Water bottles, coffee mugs, mouse pads, stickers. All things you keep on your desk and make great gifts to give to that loved one who keeps falling for scams. So help support a good cause over here. Check it out. Scamaware101.com. Like, subscribe, follow. I think that's about it, everybody. Let's go check on the streams. Make sure we're still up. We're still good on YouTube. So thank everybody on YouTube who's watching. Check on Instagram and Facebook. We're still good on Instagram. So thank everybody on Instagram that tuned in this evening. And on Facebook, they didn't cut us off yet this night. So we're good. Very good. Thank you everybody on Facebook that tuned in too. Appreciate you all. And with that, we're going to wrap up these live streams. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Tune in again next week. Same time, same place. Every Thursday, 5:45 p.m. Eastern. Appreciate you all. Have a great night and a great weekend, and stay safe, everybody. We're going to get this wrapped up. Always takes longest to get YouTube. I would play the outro song, but I think it would probably be all choppy and lag, because it usually starts lagging right now when I open up all streams and start shutting them down.
Get lost, scammer.
Play a couple more for good measure before I turn off the live stream here.